podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
You walk away with a silver medal, which is an incredible accomplishment. Can you take any pride in that?
No. I don't like to lose.
Now it's like I know your feeling I don't want to ever go through. He was talking about you crying and like, you go watch Floyd. Floyd was crying after he lost. I don't ever want to feel that again. I don't want to ever lose. Like I'm not cool with losing.
This is a TKO victory for Shakur Stevenson.
He's tough. He don't take no for an answer, so I gotta beat it out of him. Shakur, of course he's the truth.
TFimo not messing with him. I don't think Tate messing with him. Gary Russell Jr. ain't messing with him.
Me right now, if you ask me, would I beat Floyd Mayweather back in the day? I'm gonna say yes. And truthfully, really believe that.
I know my body. Yeah, I know Shakur body. Shakur know my body. Do I step to you when we fought? Yes or no?
No.
Do we step to each other? Yes or no?
No.
The southpaw version of Floyd Mayweather.
Oscar can't keep ducking. It's time for him to fight. It's me versus Oscar Valdez. There's nothing else to look forward to. Canelo can't get in the ring fight for him. And even if he could, I feel like me and Canelo's at the same weight. I feel like I'll beat him.
SDS Promotions.
I'm one of the best fighters in boxing.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
You walk away with a silver medal, which is an incredible.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs. We're here to discuss more boxing. Today, we're going to be discussing the latest official announcement. So we have another official fight announcement for this wonderful year that is 2023. Top Rank Boxing, Bob Arum have officially announced Shakur Stevenson taking on Edwin de los Santos. The undercard, three-time champion Emmanuel Navarrete, a.k.a. El Vaquero, takes on a former Shakur Stevenson victim, Robinson Conciao, and that will be your co-main of the night. But it gets better. They are going a step further and going to add a really great fight. But this is a stacked card. I mean, stacked card. Brian Norman Jr., 24-0, 19 KOs, will be taking on the undefeated Quinton Randall, 13-0, 1 draw, 3 KOs. They collide in a 10-round welterweight battle. I couldn't believe it. I text Brian Norman's dad, and I was actually texting him. I thought I was texting his dad. I didn't understand it. They're coming off a hand injury. It's like, why are you taking this fight? I text the manager, and he's like, bro, I didn't want this either. This is what the dad and the son wanted. This is a tough-ass mother-freaking fight. Brian Norman Jr., Quinton Randall, tough fight. Cashflow Diaz, he's back off of an injury himself, 9-0, 3 KOs. He's taking on Max Ornelius, another tough fight, especially off of an injury. You know, Max is undefeated, 15-0. Excuse me, he has 1 loss, 15-1-1. You know, still, bit of a step up. He is coming off that 1 loss that he has, so they're giving him to Cashflow Diaz right there off that 1 loss. Troy Isley, he's in tough. He's going to be taking on Vladimir Hernandez that just upset Truck, also upset Julian Williams, and also upset someone else. Dudes upset like 3 dudes. They got Troy Isley taking on, Vladimir Hernandez. Now, this is something obviously Danny told you would happen, and it did. He was told that, Top Rank was going to start putting in these guys tough, and it's no lie. I mean, Brian Norman is in tough. He got 2 fights on Top Rank. One of them, he got injured. He came right back, and they threw him in there with a wolf. Same thing with Cashflow Diaz. No different with Troy Isley. Vladimir Hernandez is a tough fight. Don't be mistaken. They have stacked this card on a Thursday night, and it's still not over. Abdullah Mason takes on Jose Cardenas, 7-1-5. So even Mason getting a step up. Cardenas, let's see if he's coming off of a loss or just has that one loss. But just the record alone, 7-5, 5 being the amount of knockouts, only 1 loss. And that loss was a disqualification of Mark Castro. So I don't know if that's the Mark Castro, but it's not. Then after that, we got Andres Cortez, who's going to be at our live watch party. He's taking on Freddie Fonseca, 30-6-20. And let me just make sure this is not the same Fonseca that both Tank and Ryan beat. And it is the Fonseca that Joseph Diaz beat. Yeah. So it's a different Fonseca. And he's got 2 back-to-back wins. One really doesn't matter. He beat an 0-8 guy. So Andre Cortez not in as tough as the rest of that top-ranked stable. Then you got the return of Alabakan Zuzuspos, something like that. He's back, and he's taking out Mark Dawson. Mark Dawson has a decent record. Don't know who he is, where he's from, but he's 11-1, I believe. I'll double check and give you that as well. Mark Dawson, 11-1-1, 26 years old, coming off of 2 back-to-back wins. Last win in April of this year. The one before that, September of last year. Certainly not on that level. Both these 2 wins come in a local venue, 1-star fight. So nothing much here for Alabakan, but he's just starting out. But that is the entire card, which is a stack card. I mean, just the triple header alone. They're labeling it a double header. So on the telecast is only Edwin de los Santos and Navarrete. The rest of the fights will be on their undercard stream. And let me just get that. It'll be the ESPN Plus streamed undercard, obviously with all those highly anticipated battles that are going to be on there. Undefeated welterweights amongst other undefeated emerging prospects, as we mentioned. So that is on the ESPN portion, the Plus portion app. So this is a great card. Off to the Races is the name of it. That's what they're titling it. Off to the Races, Shakur Stevenson versus Edwin de los Santos. It is, again, a doubleheader. They could have easily made this a triple header and put Brian Norman Jr. versus Quentin Randall on the live television telecast, but obviously they might have that schedule filled with a lot of F1 shit. It's okay for us. We just download the app if we don't already have it and watch all of these great fights. Jam-packed card. Now, Stevenson de los Santos will broadcast live on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Plus beginning at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, which is 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The undercards, they haven't given a official time as to when those will go live, but I'm sure we'll get that information in days to come. Now, this is the show. This is what we're talking about. We're talking matchups. We can get, initial reactions. We can get, early predictions, or we can wrap it up and all go home. And I just reported the news, and we cry about it and live to talk another day. But the number to call 1-425-569-5241. Press one time. I do need you guys to at least get me to 4:30 so I can get Tito Marcado on. He's going to be taking on Jeremiah Nakatilia, and I at least want to conduct that interview. I've already interviewed his father yesterday, and I'm looking to interview Tito again, taking on Jeremiah. Big step up. Jeremiah just got stopped by Murataya, and Tito doesn't have that big box promoter, so they keep getting these big names without the big box promoter doing their thing. I'm sure after this, they've been hinting that some big stuff is coming in terms of broadcasters, so it'll be interesting to see where Tito falls, because he's got some big balls on him. So wherever he falls, he's going to be bringing the smoke to the guys around him. I live in Vegas, Geraldo, so yeah, maybe I'll go. I don't know. I'd certainly already applied for the Devin Haney fight. But we'll see. This is not my thing. Danny might be going to this one because he's the F1 guy. But remember, Discord is open. Twitter Spaces is open as well. Looks like we got first caller, Zorro de la Vega.
Yo, can you hear me, Ness?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, man. This card Thursday, man. Can't say really it's the first of its kind, but with someone like Shakur Stevenson headlining at this point in his career, I don't recall it being done in a very long time. I'm interested to see how it's going to work, how much of a success is going to be. And when you look at the card, the card is super solid. If people were worried that it was going to lack quality, I think that's been answered with, you got Andres Cortez, the Troy Isley fight. Oh, man. Yo, for him to be fighting Vladimir Hernandez off of what he just came off of, no, that's you got to give Troy Isley a lot of credit. You gotta believe that he has a lot of confidence in himself and his team, and also obviously his team. Also giving that same confidence off. Because I think most of us watched that fight. That was you see what Vladimir could bring to the table, and he beat J Rock as well. So, if Troy Isley can get this win, it'll definitely help him. We're gonna basically what I feel is we're gonna see who Troy Isley is. Because he just moved up in weight, and for him to take on this type of fighter, you can see that he wants to go ahead and start getting closer to contention. So that right there, I think, is the fight that really sticks out to me. And we get to see Brian Norman again, man. I feel like ever since we got that buzz of him and his great sparring session, I really haven't seen that translate into the ring. So Quentin Randall, I remember he was on a showbox. I believe it was a showbox, or maybe it was a prelim of a card recently. And I know he got the W. So, he's an undefeated guy. So, is this going to be the time we're going to see Brandon Norman really, really basically take that big leap to match the words we've heard, the sparring stories? This is the chance. And man, I really wish, honestly, personally, I wish this was Shakur versus Navarrete, honestly. People, I'm plugged into different spots, and I've seen a lot of people, especially of Mexican descent, they truly believe Navarrete can defeat Shakur. They feel that the belts that Navarrete got at, what was it, 126, is better at 130. He got it vacant. It was vacant because Shakur didn't want to fight him. It doesn't matter, what we believe or what we know. There is a stirring belief starting to be created. And now with Navarrete, he's fought a few of Shakur's opponents, and now another one in Robson. Now, November 16th. It's really going to be calling for it. I think after this fight, I really hope. I expect both of them to win, Shakur and Navarrete. I think that might be it. Could that be the fight that will be his first pay-per-view? I think Shakur really wanted the Loma fight, as well as I think it'd be better for boxing, but personally, me as an individual, I want that Navarrete fight. I want him to be the one. I watched Navarrete and I just can't. I just don't understand. Like, man, how does this guy do it? He's so unorthodox. The uppercut from, I swear he does like a, I don't know, what does he do? He like steps 6 feet forward, uppercuts you, and then he follows up. It's like, damn, man, like how does this guy do all this? But it's a good. Did you kick me out?
Nah, you there?
Oh, all right, all right. No, it disappeared on my phone. But yeah, man. I don't know what Edwin De Los Santos is really going to bring. I know he can box a little bit. He can punch. He's got good speed. You know, we've seen two different performances, right? The Rayo fight, he came at Rayo. He showed his power, and you got to give him credit with the Adorno fight. He boxed the whole time, but you know, it's levels to this, right? You know, with Shakur, you can't just stick to one game plan, and I think that's what Edwin has shown in his two fights individually is that he can stick to a game plan and execute. But you know, this is chess. This ain't checkers, man. So I expect the sort of to dominate. But I really want to see how ESPN, how Top Rank is going to make this a success. You know, I mean, Thursday night football's on there. There's going to be NBA. I mean, what? So I guess what's going to be the numbers, right? Like viewership, right? Is it going to be 500,000, 3/4? Is that going to be considered a success? I mean, I'm not sure, but I'm going to be tuned in. I think it's a great card, and Top Rank has been in the industry for what 50, 60 years. I don't know, and they know what they're doing. So I have to believe that they're going to make this work, and it's going to show that boxing doesn't have big time boxing doesn't have to take place just on Saturdays. You go back in the old days, Sugar Ray Leonard, Durant, they fought on a Friday, I think the first one. The second one was a different day. Hagler Hearns, I think it was like on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Salvador Sanchez, man, he's fought on Wednesdays. You know, that used to be the thing. And, you know, this might be the start of something new. I watch Pro Box on Wednesdays. I watch Golden Boy night fights on Thursday, whatever they're called. You know, so I mean, I'm a true boxing fan, so to me, it doesn't matter. It could be on a Tuesday morning in Japan, and if it's a fight that I want to watch, or maybe I just have that urge to watch it, I'm going to be there, man. So great card. I'm glad that we're giving it the coverage it deserves. There's just so many good fighters on here, and I got to give a shout out to Top Rank for just keep giving us quality, man. Just throughout the card, you want to see an Abdullah Mason. You know, you want to see this guy Andres Cortez can back up everything that he says when he gets interviewed. You know, so yeah, man, let's support Thursday night, man. It's gonna be good. November 16th, man. Appreciate you, Ness.
Appreciate you, man. Bro, Quentin Randall posted his flyer. He said, my ribs are showing. I'm starving. It's time to feast. Downloading 14-0. There are no packs between wolves and men. Damn, boy. Damn. It's a tough fight, bro. I'm telling you, this card, they done started something, man. This is a tough fight. But Nike Hendricks, what up? Hold up, Nike. Looks like we might have to reconnect. Yeah. Yeah, we hear you. You there? We hear you,
Yep.
champ.
Oh, okay. Nah, I seen yours went muted. I heard you say you had to reconnect. But shouts out to you. Shouts out to Danny, the whole squad. You know, De Los Santos, hell of a fighter, man. Who is his only loss to, Ness?
William Foster.
William Foster. Other than that, he what 14-1?
Yep.
14-1. Power puncher. What's crazy though, Ness? Folks always talk about his power, but De Los Santos got some skills in that ring. I don't know why people look past that. Like they looking past him in his fight. Everybody, Shakur. Yeah, Shakur's a great fighter, but you're only as great as the opponent that's standing besides you, next to you, or in front of you, however you say it. You're only as great as that next opponent in front of you. Because if Shakur, with Shakur being so great, I mean, I label him as a awesome fighter, I would say, not great yet. Because he did some awesome things as unified two division. Did he unify two or one?
Who?
Shakur.
One.
One. See, he unified one, but he a multiple champ in two division. I mean, he a two division champ. So, he did some awesome things. He ain't do anything great in the sport yet. So we keep giving him, I say me and a lot of more people say, oh yeah, Shakur this, Shakur that, but he gotta prove it against this guy. Cause to be honest, I like De Los Santos in this fight. I don't think he ever fought besides Naka is it Nakatili or Nakatani? I don't want to
The
mix them up.
puncher is Nakatilia.
Nakatilia, okay, him. The one that Shakur fought.
Mm-hmm.
He was on his bike. And Nakatilia footwork is nothing like De Los Santos. De Los Santos got some good footwork. You can watch his fights. Go watch him. You gonna see the footwork on him. Nice footwork. So running from him, you can't run from too long. That's why he got all them knockouts and a couple decision wins.
He
Cause
he
the
ain't knock
ones
out
who
the other Puerto Rican though, so I don't think he gonna knock out Shakur. He ain't knock out Adorno.
see, that's what I'm saying. Though Adorno felt that pop, and Adorno survived.
I mean, Shakur would do the same. He did it with Nakatilia, like you just finished saying.
Yeah, but see, this what I'm saying.
And
Like I
Shakur's a
said,
better boxer.
Nakatili footwork, like I said, ain't as good as De Los Santos. So with that, I mean, he was able to get away and slip and do those things in Nakatili because his footwork is not that good. But De Los Santos got some footwork. Like what is he? Dominican, right?
Yup.
Yeah, come on, Nash. You know Dominicans got that slick, good footwork, man. Like,
if
come
they
on,
if they
Nash.
dancing,
Come on, Nash. Come on, Nash.
bro,
Don't like.
we ain't seen a slick Dominican since Joan Guzman. I'm just being honest.
I mean, shit. You gonna see him that night? You gonna see him
I
November
mean,
like
look. I will say
16th.
this: in his fight with Adorno, he showed that he could box. I just didn't like that he was doing a shoulder roll.
Yeah, that too. I mean, I don't know why a lot of people try to adapt that. Like, it's only for certain fighters can pull that off. If you can't do it, don't.
Joe Joyce
You
was
know.
trying to do that shit, got his dumb ass knocked out.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, don't try to imitate. You got to do what's worked for you. You know. That's why everybody can't do that shoulder roll, man. But I really like De Los Santos and see but my brain is like Shakur is gonna outbox him, but my heart is like I want De Los Santos to win because Shakur pissed me off too with saying Haney ain't got no skills. Like that's some Haney shit. Saying my man ain't got skills, but he undisputed. Gotta stop the bullshit with that one. Like, come on now. So I think De Los Santos gonna take it, man.
What
If
you
he don't
mean
get
take
up,
it, man? What you mean take it? You trying to say he gonna upset Shakur?
yeah.
You
All right,
crazy, yo.
all
Damn,
right,
you jumping off the
okay.
cliff right now.
Hey man, it's only one way to live in life. You die once, you live once. There's
Nah,
only
for
one way
sure.
to go.
For sure.
Yeah, that's my
Hmm.
car now, man. I'ma stir the pot up early.
Let's go. Well, that's one person picking De Los Santos. If you was wondering, we got one. Brandon, Cincinnati. We got another few minutes before we get Tito Marcado on. Should be scheduled to come on at 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. That's 7:30 Eastern. If you are joining us, go ahead and smash that thumbs up. You, Brandon, trying you again.
Yo, Ness, what's going on, my boy?
Chilling.
I didn't hear who's Troy Isley fighting. I didn't hear who you said he was fighting.
Vladimir
I just heard
Hernandez, bro. Vladimir Hernandez, the dude that just upset
Truck,
upset Julian
J-Rod.
Williams.
Yeah. That's a big fight. Oh, that damn.
It's a tough fight. Tough fight.
I don't know if he ready for that, man. He might. I don't. I've seen Troy Isley fight. First few fights, I was impressed. Couple fights, I was he alright. Like Truck, I think he might have bit off more than he could chew. Interested to see the odds on that. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough fight for Troy. Oh, but that's all in all, it's a great card though. Damn, yeah, damn,
Yeah.
they throwing that boy in tough.
No,
Yeah, it's a great
everybody's
card.
in tough though. Everybody. I mean, obviously some a little bit tougher than others, but everybody's in tough.
Yeah. Um, oh, Robinson got the. Oh no, I want to say he got the skill and pedigree to make it tough for Navarrete, but that motherfucker, he like the. He's so awkward, like a, a fundamentally sound. That's what makes the Shakur fight so interesting. Like Shakur's got the fundamentals, the IQ, but it's an awkward motherfucker like Navarrete that could just throw everything off, you know? So yeah, I'm hoping this is the build up to if those two guys win, we can get a fight between Shakur and Navarrete. That's a potential super fight if Shakur can't get like Tank and Devin and shit. Um Brian Norman and Quentin Randall. I ain't never seen Quentin Randall fight,
Tough fight.
but
That's a tough fight.
when he was on the show, I liked him. You know, he was a great interview when you guys had him a year or two ago. Real humble dude. He from Houston, right? He be fuck with Jamel and
Yeah.
Charlo and them, don't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight. I only seen Norma fight the top ranked debut. He started off pretty damn good. Then it looked like he blew his load, paused, and kind of just went through the motions for the rest of the fight. So yeah, it is a tough fight. Yeah, it's a great card, man. It's a great card. Am I forgetting anybody? Who else we got on? Yeah, I think I covered them all. It's a tough card for sure, but as far as the main event, I got Shakur. Um,
That's my guess,
trying
champ.
to.
I'll get right back to you. You
All right, brother.
All right. So we got Tito Marcado on. Hey, what's up, Bernie?
Nestor, how you doing, my friend?
All right.
Tito Marcado will be joining us in just 1 minute from Pomona, California.
All right. So we'll get with him in just a second, ladies and gents. We just had his dad on yesterday, so obviously today we get to have Junior on. Great story with his father. And we'll find out his thoughts. Obviously, he's going to be taking on Jeremiah Nakatilia, which is kind of fitting. We are talking Shakur Stevenson, who is one of the two men that just beat Jeremiah, or rather only beat Jeremiah. So, yeah, kind of perfect. I know he's going to want to make a statement. But in the meantime, in between time, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility of this show. It'll place this episode in the eyes of other boxing fans that obviously don't know we're talking boxing here every day, twice a day. Tito. What's up, champ? How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good, man. Happy to have you. Happy to have you. Excited about your fight, man. You're taking on Jeremiah Nakatilia. You and your dad continue to impress the boxing world with your opposition. You're only 12-0, and in your 13th fight, you're taking on Jeremiah Nakatilia, man. Just talk to us about accepting that fight. I hear that you wanted, or that the team had their eyes set on someone else, and you guys couldn't get him, and you ended up with Jeremiah. How excited are you?
I'm excited, man, because I know he's been in there with some top fighters like Shakur and Murataya, and I know he gave some prompts to Shakur. And just to be able to get in the ring with those type of guys and just make a statement, I feel like that shows the whole boxing world where I'm at, and how quickly I'm doing it too.
For sure. Now, you felt he gave him problems. I don't know that I felt that way. I certainly felt like he became quite cautious of his power. What sort of problems you think Jeremiah gave Shakur?
Honestly, I didn't watch too much of the fight, but I heard he gave him prompts to style in terms of Shakur didn't look how Shakur usually looks. That's from what I was getting at more. So.
Yeah, that's. I mean, he certainly moved more than we were accustomed to. Um, Now, do you obviously you're saying you want to go in there and make a statement, but you won't know exactly until fight night how that's gonna turn out. Murataya certainly got a knockout that we were not expecting, but he has been touted with power. You yourself now are looking like you have power yourself. Do you foresee a knockout? Is that what you think can happen?
Yeah, I mean, from the way we're training right now, and the way we have everything, I definitely see a knockout. You know, there's a lot of times where I could, definitely play out fights in my head before it even happened, and I definitely see a knockout coming. You know, with him and any of the future opponents that we got. Like I said, I'm trying to impress people, and I'm trying to show people what I got. And fortunately, I got KO power, so that's what people want to see.
Now you're fighting in the Luma Color Phoenix Center in Ontario. How many people does that house?
Um, Honestly, I can't tell you, but I could tell you that the place definitely gets packed every single time. I don't got an exact number on my head, but it's always definitely sold out every single time that I fight there.
I mean, it must be doing well. You continue to bring big names, to your hometown. You fought Hank Lundy there, you fought Velez there, and now you're fighting Nakatilia there. Is that something that's important to you moving forward, fighting in your hometown?
Yeah, it's definitely important, but now we're looking to get the whole world on notice now. So it should be anytime soon where we kind of showcasing my talents to the world now, and they kind of know who Tito is and get put up there with the big names like the Shakors, the Gervonta Davises. That's what I want to be put up there with.
And
I
by
want to
you saying showcasing your talents to the world, you mean broadcaster or television?
Yeah, I want all the eyeballs to finally get. I need to be in the spotlight now, and I think that's what I really need to. That's where I need to be at, and I know a lot of fans or casual fans they're gonna be impressed by the way I fight. I'm not a boring type of fighter. Like I said, I go for knockouts, and I got a lot of skills too. So it's not you don't see like just a one type of a one trick type of pony type of guy.
Now you're certainly reaching for the stars, saying Shakur and Tank, but those are multiple division champions. How soon are you looking to fight for that first title? I mean, you're obviously moving fast. That's why I asked.
Honestly, man, just whenever the opportunity comes to itself, there's no specific time. I mean, obviously, I'm a fighter. I'm a real fighter. So I mean, I feel like I'm ready now. But obviously, when the opportunity comes, we have no problem taking that opportunity. A lot of guys kind of pick and choose. The world champions they want to fight. Man, whenever we get that call, we taking it.
And as of now, where are you most highly ranked? Have any of the sanctioning bodies given you a ranking? Because with the names you beat, you should be top 10.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not too sure on that one. And then it's kind of hard to say that too because we all know that every sanctioning body kind of has well, obviously they are kind of corrupted. So, I couldn't really tell you too much. I know there's some guys that shouldn't even be ranked up there in the top 10, top five that have no business even being there. But I'm not too sure. But we're definitely gonna be in the works of that and trying to get a world title shot.
Yeah. So this fight is going to be at 40, right?
I believe 40. I think our contract's at 38, 40, 38, 40. I'm not too sure.
And your first world title fight, you want it to be at 35.
I think I want it to be at 40. I
Okay.
feel com- I feel comfortable right there. I got I make weight easy there, and I feel like my power is, obviously good there. From the KO percentage I got and everything, I feel like I feel strong there. So I think 40 would probably be the most ideal. Plus, most of the guys from 35 are coming up to 40, so might as well stay there with the big names.
For sure, Devin already moved up. Tiafimo already moved up. So you're right about that, and Tank occasionally moves up,
Yeah, with
So how do you
little,
think you get those guys' attention?
just by doing what I'm doing, man. Eventually, after knocking on so many doors, eventually one's gonna open up, and they're gonna have to come and fight me. And I hope some of them will take the shot, thinking they underestimate me, so I can go in and take the shot and shock the world. That's usually how it happens anyway. So I just hope after knocking on the door so many times, they finally they answer the door.
So let me get your version of you getting into this sport, because I just talked to your dad and kind of learned his story, and it was man, it's an inspiring story for sure. Um, and he's come so far and he's doing his thing, man. So when was it that you decided you wanted to do this?
At 4 years old, man. At the time, he was training my uncle at the time, but he still wasn't. Obviously, my dad's story, so he still wasn't, in the right place yet. But he was, trying to do things, and he was training my uncle at the time. And since my father was always either working or training my uncle, he was always out on the street, so I never really got to spend time with him too much. So I guess at a little age, I kind of felt like I wanted my father's presence. I wanted to be around him more. And since I seen him doing that, I kind of a lot of times you see fighters where they say their uncle or their father took them to the gym because they were getting in trouble. I kind of threw myself into it, and I told my father that I wanted to do it. And then from there, the next day I started training right away. So I kind of threw myself into it. I kind of knew that's what I wanted to do.
That's what's up. And that was at 4 years old. How old was your dad back then?
Damn. In his early 20s for sure. Probably maybe 22, 23.
So did you get an opportunity to train in that first gym that he went and got with the church?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was probably around maybe 12, 13 years old when we got that one. That's
Okay.
when our organization. So yeah, I was there helping them out. We were helping all the kids out. So it was definitely fun to not only get ourselves out of something that could have been a lot more obviously could have changed our lives, but to help other kids out too that are going through the same things, to kind of mentor them, and just a lot of times they go not even to just learn how to box, they go just to talk to people, like I said, mentor type stuff. So it felt good to be able to help other people out too, that are going kind of through the same situation.
For sure, man. How proud are you of what your dad has been able to accomplish, man, and how far he's been able to get you? And do you fully grasp how far he's been able to get you in your boxing career?
Of course, man. I mean, not only getting himself out of the situation that he had, that a lot of people can't get up themselves out of, of the situations he had, but to become a trainer, to become a promoter, uh, you know, pretty much as well as my manager, and to be able to do all this stuff, and to get me to where I'm at right now, and and the whole amateur thing that I did, to be able to accomplish all that together, I'm very proud of my father, because not a lot of people could do that. Honestly, there's very few that I know of, and for him to be able to push through it, and to do all those things, and to do them a lot better than a lot of these guys been doing it their whole lives, is pretty crazy to me. My dad has honestly, he's a real ambitious person. He has no limits.
It is, man. It definitely is a story that deserves to be highlighted, because talking to him, he had no prior experience, bro. He's learning on the job with you, learning how to train with you, became a promoter for you, guiding and matchmaking for you. Like, it's all been on the job. And, hopefully you go as far as your dreams take you, so that, your father's story could be documented. And maybe we get a little biopic or something, man. It sounds like it could be a great movie one day.
Yeah, most definitely. No, it's gonna be a like I said, so far we're doing great. We just got to keep staying on track, and hopefully one day it does become a movie type of thing where people could kind of get inspired off that too. That'd be dope.
For sure, man. So I got Ruin of 504 New Orleans. He says, what plans does your team have for you to get that title shot in 2024? Now, I'm sure you didn't say anything about 2024. And yeah, is that too soon?
Um, Man, like I said, it's just hard to kind of say, man. I gotta just keep fighting these guys. Obviously we're trying to step up every single time, and it's when the opportunity, just presents itself, man. There's some guys, like I said, getting opportunities that don't even deserve it. So this sport is obviously really corrupted. So it just depends when, when my time comes, and when it does come, I'll be ready. Whether it's 24, 25, I'll be ready.
So you're not in any of the sanction. You're not paying for any sanctioning fees to anyone, right? Because it doesn't. I haven't seen anyone have you in the top 15, which you
No,
should be for those names. Like Kurt Scooby is top 13 for beating Hank Lundy, and you did that before him.
right. Like I told you, man, this sport is very corrupted. So there's a lot of times where, I mean, I obviously feel like I deserve to be there, but if they're not paying attention now, they definitely will. I'm gonna just keep stacking it up, and eventually they're gonna have no choice but to put me up there.
For sure, man. We got James Valdez from San Antonio, Texas, that says, I read an article about you and your dad in the Ring magazine. Inspiring story. My question, how did you feel about sharing that story? And do you have a special place where you keep the Ring magazine edition?
We do have that actually printed out. No, man, but it's special because it's kind of something that me and my father kind of, obviously we share. He helped me out in a way to not follow his path, and I helped him out to kind of stay motivated and stay clean because of what we were doing. So for me, it was kind of like, it's not just my dad's thing. Like we share that together. So, and I think that's why we work so great in the ring and whatever we do, because we have that mutual understanding. And like I said, man, we're like, I don't see him as father as son so much all the time. We're like best friends, man. We've been through everything together. So I think that's why we're able to achieve so much together.
Now, which fights did you watch once you found out you were fighting Jeremiah Nakatilia, or did you not watch any and you leave that to your dad?
I watched some. I don't like to watch too many tapes on fighters because I feel like sometimes fighters, when they watch too much or whatever sport it may be, they try to change their style or their kind of approach on, based on certain things that they do. I want to fight like me those times, so I kind of watch a little bit, kind of get a little notice on what they do, little certain things, and from there let my dad handle it. He's, like I said, man, he's great at everything he does, so he always puts a great strategy, and I always come out victorious.
Which fight did you watch?
I watched the Shakur one, which I fell asleep in. Mad boring. I'll be honest.
So the Murataya was only 2 rounds. You didn't watch that to see what he get caught with?
I did, but I feel like honestly too though that was kind of an early stoppage in my opinion. But I mean, I definitely thought he was hurt, and I think that obviously some of the things that Morotaya did, I definitely want to implement them because obviously it worked for him. So there's certain things, but obviously my styles make fights. So what Morotaya is able to do, I might not be able to do that. So I might have to find a different outlook, or it all depends on the ring. But I know definitely the end result's gonna be me with a knockout though.
And Shakur put him down as well in the 4th round, but didn't get the stoppage. That went a unanimous 12-round decision. So you think based off him being stopped once and dropped once by those two top-level fighters, you should be able to at least stop or drop him, you think?
Like I said, man, styles make fights. Some guys, never know. Things might turn out differently. Might have had a bad night. That's why he got what happened with the Morotaya thing or the drop. So I mean, you never know. But I definitely know that he's a tough opponent. Obviously, a lot of people are, some people think we're crazy for taking this type of fight because obviously he does have a high knockout ratio. He's fought top guys, Burchett, which he beat.
Destroyed Burchell.
So I mean, we know he has a lot of experience, man. So I'm not overlooking him, but I just know what I could do too. So I mean, I know it's gonna be a great fight. At least, by the end of the day, but we're definitely going for the knockout. I mean, I know what I could do, and like I said, I'm not overlooking him. I know he's tough.
So your dad was telling us that this fight is going to be streamed on BXNG TV with Adam Glenn. Are you excited that at least now it's going to be streamed and then some people can see it?
Yeah, no, I mean, anytime I get anybody to see it, that's not in the audience is always a plus for me. Like I said, man, it's just to me, whether we fight with 100,000 people or nobody, I love what I do. So I mean, it really don't matter to me. I'm the type of person that can fight in a big audience or not, and I'm still gonna go there and get the same results. But no, definitely makes me a little bit more excited that I know people are gonna watch. So it definitely wants me to step my stuff up. That's why we're working in the gym still.
All right. Well, Tito, man, we definitely appreciate you coming on and giving us a quick update. Obviously, you're locked in for this fight, and we're wishing you the best. This is happening November 11th in Palmano, California, right?
Ontario.
Oh,
Ontario,
Ontario. Okay.
yeah.
And anywhere you want to send people where they could get these tickets?
Yeah, you could go to the Instagram on Fight City Promotions. You guys could we have a website up there. You guys can get tickets right there, or even DM me directly. We'll figure out a way. But yeah, man, you don't want to miss this fight. This fight's gonna be obviously it's a pay per view. I feel like it's a pay per view type of fight. That it's worthy and it's out here local. So anybody that's out in the area definitely don't want to miss it.
For real, man. You and your dad doing your thing, man. Keep doing it. Let everybody know where they can follow you. And thank you again for your time.
Yeah, you can follow me on all social medias at Real Tito Marcado, and I appreciate you guys too. Thank you, Ness.
All right, brother. Take it easy. All right, Bernie.
Thank
Thank you. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Tito Mercado. And I'm just so impressed. We haven't seen anything like this ever. Not independent. I mean, man, I think the first independent fighter that I started to pay attention to doing this thing like this financially, economically, without a big box was Saddam Ali. He was selling 2,000 tickets in the Aviator Center in Brooklyn. I was just like, what the fuck? Golden Boy came rushing to sign him because of that. It was a match made in heaven for Golden Boy. At the time, they had just struck the deal with the Barclays Center. They needed New York City based fighters. The kid was selling 2,000 tickets. It was quite simple, easy partnership. The next, father son duo, I mean, that I can remember, again, business wise, right? Because Danny and his father, and by Danny, I mean Danny Garcia and Angel Garcia, they weren't independent. They were with Shelly, and Shelly sold the contract. So they weren't independent. They obviously are part of a father son duo for other reasons, for being, father trainer, son fighter combination, but navigating in the business they didn't do. You know, yes, Angel had full control of the matchmaking in terms of, the three names that come, they accept them together, but like what Mercado is doing is different. They're navigating through the boxing industry independently, and it's quite shocking. I have no clue how they're getting it. I mean, obviously, he made it clear they have a nonprofit organization, so I'm assuming, you know, that's helping these purses for the fighters. You're getting more people to donate because it is a nonprofit, and then you can, siphon that to pay off certain fees for the shows. I'm assuming whatever he's doing, he's killing it. He's killing it. Because no one's moving like that. Like Edgar Berlanga and his dad, they did their thing before Top Rank came, but Top Rank came very early. They had a few club shows before Top Rank came. Mm. The only one that's comparable is Devin Haney and Bill Haney, but Bill was not giving Devin this level of opposition. You know, I mean, I got to go back and check who Devin was fighting at 12-0, man. 7-0. This kid has fought Jason Velez at 7-0. Then he fought, I think it was Lundy. Then he fought Dagdondini and now Nakatilia. That's four serious names since being 7-0. So they gave him one tune-up after the Dagdondini fight. It looks like he got somebody, just a regular name after Dagdondini, who Devin fought like in his 27th fight, bro. So wake up, bro. Wake up. Get behind this kid. This motherfucker's smoking out here. He doing his thing. Seriously. Like, if you think of Keyshawn got off top, because I ain't in front of my box, right? I'm on that Hardin smoke break. But like Keyshawn got that dude, Yigit and Burgos. And then the next step up was the Eastern European, dude that, we don't know his name. Like, this kid is doing his thing. Mm-hmm. He doing his thing. The fucking the big move is gonna be who he partners with. You know, is he gonna partner with the Zone? Is he gonna partner with Top Rank? And the way Top Rank matchmaking is right up his alley. You know, they starting to match make tough, but you know, after you got with the big box promoter, you need some of those showcase fights so that they can introduce you to their audience. Cause he's been doing all this off the muscle, man. People ain't even been seeing this shit. I'm trying to get his dad to give me all his fights and put them shits on the YouTube channel so at least they could be seen. Like at the same time, he might not want those out there because then his son comes out here as a sleeper. It's hard to be a sleeper with these names on your resume. Any trainer that looks at this box rec and doesn't see that you a threat, he might need to get fired. But in terms of fans, I think it's a good idea to, you know, put it on a YouTube, put it somewhere so it can be seen for the fans. I don't know if as a, you know, strategy it makes more sense to keep them off the internet, but to my people on the landline, 14255695241, don't forget to press 1 so that you're not just there listening to me, wondering, damn, why this dude be taking so long to get to me? It's like you never pressed 1. You really didn't. You know what I mean? Same thing on Twitter and Discord. I need you to go ahead and request if you want to speak. Raise the hand on Twitter or Discord, however the function is. We got super chat I need to get to. Let me see. First one of the day coming from Rodney Evans, aka Hot Rod. Ness, when you gonna have Alde Rodriguez on, 18-year-old southpaw out of Cuba, in the States, trains with Ronald Shields, 5-0, 5 KOs, fights at 147. I'm on it, champ. Your wish is my command. Let me text him now before I forget. James Benitez, fat 10 hours. Devin on pay-per-view and got a video. Shakur has a good card, but he now little bro to Dev. Dev wouldn't be fighting on Thursday. Saturdays off of primetime stars. What is IJS? That's some fucking abbreviation for you young guys. What is IJS, James Benitez? It's just, maybe, I'm just saying? Yep, I'm just saying. Second pay-per-view, Dev. Shakur, Thursday night, Kerr. Y'all terrible, bro. Y'all terrible. What? So Shakur just posted, we fighting to become 3-division world champion in 21 fights by 26 years old. No matter how much they try to downplay it, that's faster than a lot of the greats we know. And a lot of these fighters nowadays do. Heavyweight is a legacy fight. What the fuck? Unless he's not saying, unless HW doesn't stand for heavyweight in this sentence. He said, downplay that. A lot of the greats we know, and a lot of these fighters nowadays do homework. This is legacy. Okay. I mean, I hear him. I hear him. I ain't even gonna say the obvious, man. You feel me? I ain't gonna say the obvious. I'm moving on. Papa Chubby. That's Chad, $2. What up, Ness? You already know. $2 from James. He said, course say this a legacy fight. So 25% wasn't. I'm glad I ain't said. See, I knew somebody else would say it. You feel me? You can't talk about legacy and not talk about that. But look, I'm just saying. Toledo.
Yo,
Trees. What the fuck going on?
yo, you got me?
I got you.
All right, all right. Uh, man, I really wanted to call in about earlier with the earlier topic with the if the Charlo win and the Canelo shit about pound for pound shit. Man, Charlo can't be number one pound for pound with the win over Canelo. He can get to now if we want to make a fight, like if we on our promoter shit, you know, want to be rah, we can put him at number two, give him the fight with Bud, number one pound for pound versus number two pound for pound. Bingo, we got action and biggest fight type shit.
But Bud was put at number one, and he didn't fight the number one.
But he was always in conversation for it, though. You feel me? Before that fight happened with Earl, he was always in conversation.
So Shakur's always talked about being pound for pound. They always say
That's
he's pound
no,
for pound.
that's not that's less. He's maybe pound for pound new young guy on the scene, maybe, but not pound for pound overall. Nah, come on, bro. Especially when we heard Shakur talk about how, oh, I stepped in the ring with Bud and he showed me what boxing. Come on, bro. How the fuck you gonna be considered pound for pound? And we heard you talk about when you got in the ring with a motherfucker who we knew was on the list for being pound. Come on, bro. Don't do that, Ness.
I don't understand what you're saying. Not to do. I mean,
But I'm saying,
people call in
how could you
when people
a
ask who the
motherfucker be
best
talking
in the
about?
world? Do they not mention Shakur? Yes or no?
No, not
You
best in the
tripping.
world.
You
Best in
tripping.
best in that division.
No, brother,
Best
no.
in
You
that.
tripping. You tripping. Bro, you like legit. Like, all right, so I'll give you an opportunity to answer. Who's the top 5 boxers in the world right now?
I got Bud.
Mm-hmm.
I got the NOA. I got Usyk. I got Canelo. And shit. I got maybe I want to say, I don't know, 5 again. When you get to 5, it's like who the fuck? I mean, I'll say Fury for real, for real. Fury at 5. Fury.
Man, I don't know. I think you capping, man. Fury get hit more than Shakur, man. Like
What?
statistically,
What you? I mean, he's a heavyweight. That's what they
statistically,
do. They slang and bang at heavyweight. I mean, that's what they do.
statistically,
I mean,
Shakur
the
don't
only
be
time that
hit.
we really seen Fury get like hit was with the cut. I mean, he got hit by Wilder, but that's what Wilder do. He's a hitter.
I mean, again, Shakur don't get hit.
But we ain't seen Wilder fight. I mean, we ain't seen Shakur fight no hitter.
What you
You know
mean?
what I'm saying?
Nakatilia was a hitter.
He's a. I mean,
Valdez was a hitter.
Valdez not a hit. They not known as knockout artists, bro. Not like no Wilder. They not a. When we talk about knocking shit loose, they not no Wilders. Come on, bro. Nobody. When you get to, if somebody was asking you what type of fighter is Oscar Valdez, they're not gonna say he's a. They wouldn't put him in the same vein as a Deontay Wilder. Not at all.
Of course not. Wilder's in his own motherfucking league. What you talking about?
So what you saying? Tank not in that league. But when we talking about Shakur fighting somebody in that league, we don't say Tank is in that league, right? Knockout artist,
Yeah,
knock shit loose.
Tank a artist, Tank a knockout artist. I mean, listen.
You see what I'm saying?
You can say what you want, man. I'm talking about skill, and I'm pretty sure the rest of the people who talking about skill, they talking about Shakur. You know, when you talking about skill, we talking about.
He not top 5, bro.
All
He
right,
not even
all
on my
right.
top 10 list.
That's because you don't see skill.
Come on, man.
I'm
I don't
just
see
being
skill.
real.
I mean, if I got Usyk on my top 10 list, I see skill.
I mean, I don't see skill with Usyk, but I'm not in the popular, category there. Like, you feel me? Because I got egg on my face. I said he didn't look good as a heavyweight, and then he beat AJ twice. But But again,
I
that's
got
AJ, man.
I got Devin.
That
Hold
is,
on, I
that
got
is
Devin
AJ.
Haney in my top 10 list. I got Devin Haney in my top 10 list, so I see skill. You see what I'm saying?
I almost guarantee Wilder would sleep Usyk into retirement.
Do you think that's what I'm saying though? When we talking knockout shit and we talking shit, that's what I'm saying. We don't see Shakur, Oscar Valdez, or these guys in these type of vein. Like that's cool, but Shakur not top 10 yet. It's okay. He can be top 12.
I don't know what you're
top
talking
13.
about, man. I mean, skill wise, I'm talking Bud, Devin, Shakur, Fury. I'm gonna throw ya boy in there, but that's not my real recommendation. That's not my real choice. I don't know him well enough. I didn't watch his fights like y'all did. I watched the two. What's that kid's name? Oh, I guess I watched a few more fights than I thought. I watched the Emmanuel Rodriguez fight, the two Donaire fights, and I watched the Fulton fight. I don't know if that makes me an expert on him to say that he got the skills of the skill set or level of a Shakur, but he obviously got undoubtable power. But yeah, I mean, when we talking skill, like, who am I leaving out? Like, okay, it could be argued Usyk, but like, really, is Devin, Crawford, Shakur? I mean, fuck. Trying to think here. I don't even know, man. Again, and I'm a traditional. I like traditional skill. Like I see what T.O. is doing. I see that he's on that trajectory of greatness, but that's not my thing. That's not what I like from my fighters. The showboating, the hands down, the jumping in, the leaping, the Superman punches. None of that is what I want from my favorite fighter. But I'm not saying he don't have skill. I'm saying, I see that he got skill that one of y'all might be wanting to put him in this category. But there's very few people with skill. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm struggling. Maybe you guys can call in and give me more, but like, yeah, Bam is a good one. I guess Bam, because he brings those angles. He on his Loma shit, Mexican Loma type shit. Bivol's another skilled fighter. Very good boxer, long boxer, keeps you at the end of his punches. But again, I don't know. Well, I mean, I guess if we are talking punch, what is it? Punch connect ratio. Bivol is up there too. But I'm with you. I mean, I guess I'm in an island on my own. I feel like, am I missing somebody? And let's be generous, okay? So let's start again. We'll throw Usyk in there, so I don't have to beef with people. We'll go with Inoue, Devin, Shakur. I mean, Crawford. That's 5. Uh, Yeah, I mean, the rest of the guys got to prove it on a high level. That's what I'm saying. Like, Boots shows you skill, but he getting hit by Lipinets. So it's like, is he going to get hit by Crawford? You know what I'm saying? Is he going to be hit by bigger punches? I got to see. Oh, did we say Bivol? We put him in there? Usyk, Bivol, Shakur, Dev, Crawford. Yeah. We probably missing another 5 that I can't really scrape up. It's not easy, man. Skills is different, man. I mean, look, Hitchens is looking like that, but I can't thrust him up there. He ain't even win a world title yet, but he's certainly looking like he got them damn skills. We did say Bam. We could put Bam in there now. Again, Bam got skills, but is it skills or is it like a skill set, right? Because it's like he's got like great footwork, those angles, right? But like, is it boxing skill? I don't know. I'm not trying to be the gauge or the judge. I'm just saying. I don't know. I mean, you really gonna say Fulton is like that's like me saying fucking Earl right now. Like, you know, I don't know that you could say Fulton, but we got average boxing fan. What up?
What's up, bro? I wanted to touch on the earlier topic, bro, where Danny fucking saying that Charlo couldn't be won unless because he didn't beat Bud. I mean, that shit was crazy. I didn't understand his logic, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it wasn't a popular opinion, man. I mean, after like a 5-hour show, it seemed like most people are saying that, Canelo just won't get the credit that we are going to give Jermell. They don't
but
see a way that
all those
credit.
people that are saying that they wouldn't give Canelo any credit if he beats Mel, then why are they? Then why should Canelo fight Bud? If he's gonna move up 3 weight divisions. They ain't gonna give him no credit at all.
I
if he
mean,
beats
Canelo's
Bud.
gonna fight Bud for the money, the same reason he's fighting Charlo for the money. He has to just be mature like Floyd and understand that, haters gonna hate. Haters gonna hate. They
No, yeah,
paying to watch you lose. They not paying to see you win. There's obviously some of us that want you to win, but you got more haters in the world than you got supporters.
That's fucking facts, bro. I just wasn't understanding a lot of the callers. 'Cause a lot of them sound like Terrence Crawford fans, bro. I'm over here thinking like, damn, you don't want to give Canelo any credit.
They
if he
can't
beats
be.
this other
Think
dude
about
that's
it.
undisputed.
Think about it. They're not really even Crawford fans, because if they were, they would agree with you and I, give Canelo his credit, and then beg for the Canelo fight for Crawford, so that Crawford could get credit
Exactly, bro.
by
The
beating
whole
Canelo.
5 hours, I'm like, damn, you guys, you should be making a case to even. You should give Canelo some slight credit at least, so when fucking Bud gets put on the table to fight him, we're fucking hyped, Because aside from that, you're gonna give Bud the credit if he beats Canelo, but you're gonna talk your shit if Canelo beats Bud. It's fucking weird to me, bro.
Yeah, it's
But yeah, I
double
agree.
standards.
Jermell should be put on the number one. I mean, this dude is coming off a long layoff. He's jumping 2 divisions. He's jumping in there with the king at 68, which I don't believe he's on the decline, bro. Because, I mean, yeah, he lost to Bivol, but Bivol's a big, great boxer, bro. I don't think Mel on his best day would ever be as skilled or good as Bivol. Maybe that's a fucking wild-ass take from my end. But yeah, I don't think Canelo's on the decline, bro. So if Charlo does beat him, I'm putting that fucker up there as the best active fighter right now.
Bet. Yo, who's your top 5 active, most skilled boxers?
I was listening to you right now, bro. That shit is tough. You mentioned pretty much the ones I think are highly skilled fighters, like Haney, Shakur, Terrence Bud Crawford. I like
Bivol.
fucking Bivol as well, and I like the heavyweight, bro, the one that beat Joshua twice.
Tyson.
I think he's pretty skilled, bro.
Usyk.
But it's not your time.
Usyk.
Yeah, I think the skills of Fury are better than Usyk to me, but people going to give Usyk more credit because obviously he was a cruiserweight, so moving up, he gets that accolade Tyson Fury wasn't able to get. But, like, bro, Tyson got more skills than Usyk to me. I mean, and that's only, I guess, because I'm biased. Sure. I like that Tyson looks like Muhammad Ali when he's fighting. But that was the bell, champ. You do got a counterpunch, actually. You want your free call?
Tomorrow, what's the topic going to be in the morning show, bro?
Some Canelo shit for sure. It's fight
week,
baby.
So if you see me on the line tomorrow, make sure to bump me up, bro. It's because fucking Danny goes on a tangent, bro, and then I'll be waiting on the line for like 20-something minutes, and by that time I'm already at work.
All right.
Yeah, but if you see me tomorrow on the line, bro, or I'll send you a cash app early in the morning to get my counter punch going.
All right. So Tia's saying media has fault as well. What is this coming from? Why is okay? Not the media problem at all. What is this? What are we looking at, Dan? We're all coming to an end if everyone doesn't let go of that O theory and start fighting each other. These are problems of the trainers, managers, media, and promoters. Everyone thinks they're the fighter or believe they know best. Well, their best is about to lose a lot. Okay. Only in boxing, people will celebrate the downfall, which has not been confirmed, of a network, despite the fact that the end result will hurt fighters, trainers, manager, media, and fans of the sport. So Ellie wrote that, because everybody's running with the Showtime is failing shit. So then Tio comes back and says, we're all coming to an end if everyone doesn't let go of the O theory and start fighting each other. So I like Tio's. And then Dan says, not the media's problem at all. And Tio tells Dan Rayfield, media has fault as well. When the truth is not told to the public on who did what and such, all because anyone who speaks on the truth gets canceled or gets threatened by promoters not granting media credentials for major fights to those with morals. This whole thing is a hot mess, but you're part of the mess, man. Let me show my face. These fuckers with this hypocritical bullshit. My dude, se te olvidó that you're the same one that canceled me because I was promoting on my Instagram that we're having the unified champion Teofimo Lopez on? Like, he literally scheduled an interview with me, and I wrote on my Instagram story, unified champion Teofimo Lopez coming on the show. The fucker DM me and said, I'm not coming on your show. You saying I'm unified when you know I'm undisputed. I said, homie, you ain't undisputed. There's a belt you ain't win yet. We're like, why is we going through this? So don't talk to the media about growing balls and the fact that they don't have balls because they get canceled when you're part of the canceling and you're part of the snipping people's balls, right? Because had I said undisputed, you would have snipped my balls. You know what I mean? So like these fighters, they just extra fucking corny with wax sauce on top. A lot of them. Charles, what up?
What up, Ness? What's
What
going
up?
on, brother? Man, I appreciate you putting in this work. Hey, Ness, I came in late. What's the topic, man?
We talking the official card that is Shakur Stevenson taking on Edwin de los Santos, Emmanuel Navarrete taking on Robertson Gunsliao, Brian Norman taking on Quentin Randall, and a bunch of other top undefeated, top ranked fighters on that Shakur Stevenson card here in Las Vegas
And
Thursday.
that's that Thursday, right, Ness? Yeah. I like the who is that Concierto? Who's he fighting? He's fighting is he fighting Navarrete?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that fight. I don't know, Ness, man. I kind of feel bad, and it's really, this is kind of on the topic, but not. I kind of feel bad for Shakur, man. I feel like he's digging himself a hole, man. And just give me a second to kind of explain. But I'm a big Shakur fan, but at the end of the day, I just don't like the way he's moving. You had a championship fight at 130, you missed weight, and you whooped the guy's ass, which is we already knew that. And you come up to 135, man, and I already thought that 135. I think he's still the best at 135, but and that's just because when I saw Devin with Loma, and I thought the weight was an issue. I'm glad Devin. Shout out to Devin. He went up to 140. But I just think, man, him going around sparring everybody, him not taking that deal, I can't get past him not taking that deal. Why the fuck he would not take that 25% undisputed? But Ness, I just think it ain't nothing at 135 for him. I mean, if he's gonna beat De Los Santos, I mean, who is really there for him? Devin is gone. Devin ain't. It don't seem like Devin coming back to 135 unless he gets a tank fight. And barring his pay-per-view numbers with Regis in the future, but I just think Shakur is. I don't want to say too good, too late, but I just think he kind of messed himself over, Ness. And I don't know, man, because it seems like if he doesn't get a tank fight at 135, he's gonna be forced to move up to 140. And I don't know, man. I'm glad that De Los Santos is gonna fight him. Frank is not gonna fight him. I just don't think it's looking good for him, Ness. I don't know, man. I think Shakur really messed himself up, man. And then, saying what he said about you and that he's going after the media, he's not taking the right fights. And I like him, man. He's one of my favorite fighters, but I mean, he's going to win that fight, Ness, against De Los Santos. But what's next? I mean, he'll have a WBC strap, but what's at 135 for him? Other than what he said on Mill City Boxing, if he goes up and fights Tio, but 140 is going to be busy by the time he get up there. I don't know, man. I don't know. Shout out to you, Ness, man. Tell me what you think about it if you can, and I'll hang up, man. I don't know. I don't see anything
You may
good
feel
for him
like
at
it's your time,
135.
but it's not your
I
time.
mean,
There's belts at 135. He got to create his own legacy. Um, he can't sit around and cry over spilled milk. He gets this fight, and you revisit the Haney fight. You hope that Haney could come back down. You hope that he's cool with trying to make that weight. You hope that there's enough money in that fight that he's willing to come back down. Cantrell, Phoenix.
Yo, Ness, can you hear me?
Yup.
Can you hear me? All right. So
Yeah,
this buddy
yeah.
talking about Shakur, I want to sit up here and say this. I called in I want to say last week, and I talking about Shakur, and I think you saying I was a hater, and to be honest, I am. I'm not the biggest fan of Shakur. Do I think he's talented? Yes. Do I think he beat Devin Haney? Absolutely not. But I don't know. I feel like Shakur, he kind of, if I was Shakur, I would put myself in a position where Devin Haney has to fight me. If I'm Shakur, I know Devin Haney gonna try to unify at 140. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go up to 140 and get one of those straps. So at some point, you got to come see me. You feel me?
I mean, that don't make a lot of sense because Devin Haney ain't the money fight Tank is right now. So you going to position yourself for Devin when you already in the position to fight Tank. Not to say Tank going to fight you, but you are in the position to fight Tank at 35.
Tank, you talking about the guy that's scared to fight anybody that he know he can lose against? You talking about the guy that Danny Floyd told Tank, hey, don't fight Loma. You young, you don't gotta fight Loma right now. You're talking about the guy that won't do a rematch with Isaac Cruz, a guy that he beat with one hand. That ain't the Tank you're talking about, are you?
Yep.
Come on, man. I'm keeping honest, man. I think Tank pussy ain't filled out yet. And I feel like he ain't gonna fight Shakur. Shakur is gonna be a hard ass fight. And I think right now Tank just wants an easy fight. He wants those knockouts where he look like, hey, I'm really that guy. We don't even know how good Tank really is because we haven't seen him fight like the top level opposition.
That's what they said about Crawford, remember?
No. Crawford did fight top opposition. He was the first one to beat Gamboa, and Gamboa was supposed to be the next Floyd Mayweather. So I disagree with you on that. Only a loser would say that he didn't fight nobody. Only a loser, because if you know boxing, you know that he fought some freaking killers. Yeah, you. Hey, I gotta go next.
All right. Yeah, I think that was the police realized he said Crawford fought some fucking killers. And boxing police came to get his ass for that shit. What is you talking about, fams? Uh yeah, Jay, what up?
Yo, 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 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
Yep.
When you mention skilled fighters, you didn't even mention Canelo. How can you not mention Canelo?
Brain freeze?
Okay, I'll
I mean,
accept that.
I can't remember
Because
everybody.
normally you be getting it right. Normally you get it right. So I was just thinking though, and you know I like Canelo. I'm like, wait a minute, this dude has fought everybody he possibly can, and he only lost like 2 fights.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put him up there, and another person you got to put up there, skill fighter. He has he has some to prove, but Frank Martin is a skilled fighter.
Yeah, I mean
Frank Martin is.
we can't put him in that list though.
Why not?
Because no one in
You
that
said
no
who?
one in that list is
You said.
unproven. No one in that list is unproven.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What do you mean? You put Shakur up in there?
Man, what's wrong with you? Shakur's a 2 division champ. About to be a
Well,
three
yeah.
division champ.
Yeah.
Shakur's
Yeah.
former
Yeah.
unified and former lineal.
But Shakur hasn't had a fight in what, 9 months?
Homie,
10 months?
homie, skill don't got to do with
No, no,
fights.
no, no, no. I understand. I understand. I was just saying,
He
we
about to
give
fight
him
in November. That's what we here talking about. His fight's been
my
announced. The
my
whole card
birthday.
is
My
there.
birthday. My birthday. He's about to fight my birthday month. So yeah. But I want to see him fight more. But this is a new era for me where everybody's scared to lose their. Oh, we keep saying that, and it's true. But like you said, he is a 2 division champion. But Frank Martin is a skilled fighter. Now he might not be a level A skilled fighter, but he's still a skilled fighter. He can get in and out without being hit. He blocks with his elbows. He dips. He's a skilled fighter. And a twitch muscle reflex is dope. That boy got fast hands. Um, Tim Zoo is a skilled fighter. I don't hear you. Did you cut me off?
Nah, you live, man. I'm just not trying to.
Oh,
I ain't
you mean
trying to
I'm too
step on your
loud?
feet. I ain't trying to step on your feet because Tim Zoo, like Crawford, never been officially dropped. You feel me?
Right.
Shakur never been officially dropped. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like you can't really.
Okay.
I don't want to hear you got skill, but you got knocked down by a dude that ain't even been the world champ. Now,
Well,
now,
okay.
now that's cool. You entitled to make mistakes in your career, and maybe in the future you show me skill. But right now, I can't forget that Gachet dropped you. I can't forget that if Harrison didn't have the stupid mindset of, you know what I'm
game,
saying? Like we
game
all
plan.
we all
Game
see we
plan.
all see we all see that there I see loopholes. I'm not saying I don't see skill because everything I say gets taken so out of context and so wrong by these fighters. But
Well, no, I get it. People are very sensitive. But go ahead, go ahead.
I'm saying
You see skill.
it's not that I don't see skill. I do see skill, but you know what I mean? Like I also seen holes in his game. Like I seen what Harrison did. He just don't got no tank.
Well. For me, when I watched Harrison, I seen him and the fight before Harrison. Tim Zoo fought somebody before Harrison. He had the skill to be able to draw the man to one side and then use that left hook. He had the ability to hold dude off without running and deliver the right hand and deliver the uppercuts. See, that's all called skill because everybody can't do that. Wilder can't do that. Wilder got mad, crazy knockout power though, but he can't lure you to one side and then deliver the left hook. He can't laterally move and then deliver the left uppercut. You see what I'm saying? That's skilled. That's why I say Tim Tszyu got skill, because he can do all of that. Ryan Garcia got knocked down in a fight, but he got up to win the fight. Would you say Ryan Garcia, besides Tank, wouldn't you say Ryan Garcia got skill?
I mean,
No.
to an extent, champ, to an extent.
Well, he's young. He's young. You know, he needs somebody that can really train him.
I mean, look, he
I don't
got
think,
potential. He don't got skill.
Okay. I'll leave it at that. We can meet and agree on that. But yeah, man, I'm giving it up for my boy Shakur. I know we gonna win. I need him to fight more, man. Because the more you fight, the more you're not scared to get hit. The more you see shit coming. The more you when you get in the ring, he be zoned in though. He does when he fights. He does get zoned in. But the more you fight, the better off you are. And Shakur is famous for not getting hit. So if he fights more, he becomes more sharper. And if he becomes a gym rat, yo, that dude, he gonna beat Tank and Devin Haney. But he gotta do that shit like Bud Crawford do. Phase everybody out when it's time to fight. Like right now, you don't hear too much about him, which is smart. When he's time to fight, get in that gym and become a gym rat. Because that's where you going to win at. That's where you going to win. That's where your reflexes come in and out at when you're in that ring. Peace. Thank
Peace.
you.
Mad Bet, 100. What up, though?
What up? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Can you hear?
Loud
All
and
right,
clear.
man. Listen, we're talking about all the top fighters. How can you make a list and forget Arthur Beterbiev? He's the best fighter in boxing.
No, he not.
He has the most perfect record.
No, he not.
Listen, man.
His record's not perfect. He has perfect knockout ratio. He's been dropped twice by fringe contenders that never won world titles and probably never will.
Next, his record is all wins, all by KOs. That's what he paid for.
Homie.
His
His record is 100% knockouts with 2 knockdowns. He been dropped twice by fringe contenders. Get your ass out of here.
Next. He epitomizes the quote, sign up for knockouts. He knocks everybody out.
We ain't having a knockout conversation. We having a skill conversation.
He fought the best of his division.
He ain't fight Bivol. What's taking so
Bivol don't
long?
want to fight him.
What's taking so long?
Bivol don't want to fight him.
You know why? Because Bivol's a boxer. And what happens to punchers when they face boxers? They lose.
Didn't he fight my man from the Bronx? From Brooklyn?
Joe Smith.
He was a boxer.
Marcus?
No, not Joe Smith. Marcus Brown.
He from Staten Island.
He was a boxer. Whatever, he's from New York. He's a boxer.
What about him?
He's a very good boxer.
He ain't no boxer.
Very skilled.
Bruh, stop acting like Hot Rod ain't beat him in the Barclays Center. Knock it off, man.
Very skilled boxer.
Yeah, there we go.
Very skilled.
Yo, you funny as hell. I can't believe you believe this shit. Do you really believe this shit?
Nonetheless, I'm here to
I thought you was at least gonna call in and say Tank had the skills.
You cut me off. You beat me to the punch. You beat me to the punch like Arthur. I was just gonna say, nonetheless, number one, pound for pound, should be Tank.
Level of opposition matters.
Your top five. Oh my God, Nick. One thing I gotta say about you, Nick, you're the great debater. Level of opposition. You always got
You know the level of opposition matter. Because that's how,
It does.
listen, when things get muddy,
It
we
does.
got to go to that. Because that means if you and I do the same thing, which is we both become world champion, now we got to look deeper. Okay, well, let's see who Mad Ben beat to be world champion. Let's see who Nesta beat to be world champion.
You're right. You're right. You're right. Because I said the same thing for years about Bud. But he fought,
But he fought
arguably
like
on
it's your
paper,
time.
his
But
best
it's not your
competition, and
time.
he crushed him, which was Errol Spence. But anyway, Tank is number one. Boxing Messiah. Mad Ben, TBV for life. I'm out. Thank you.
I'm sorry for the dead air, ladies and gentlemen. PS5s? What number we on now? PS5 or 4? I don't know. I don't play games. I'm going to put PS5. Hopefully I'm right. James Benita, and I don't mean that like in a diss. I play chess on video. I don't play like Xbox and shit. What up, Benitez?
Yo, what's up, Ness, man? Yo, man. Yo, Jay Swift was tripping, man. What he say, man? He said Frank Martin deserves to be in that list of most skilled. And Mad Bent, man. Mad Bent, man. I love Mad Bent, man. But Better Be, that's some bullshit too, man. We might as well, if we're gonna do that, man, we might as well throw Virgil in that conversation of most skilled boxers, man. But, like with Virgil, we don't know when we ever gonna see him in the ring. With that being said, most skilled boxers, man, I'm on. I'll say Hitchens is on the cusp of being considered one of the boxing's most skilled fighters, man. Also, I have a question for you, Ness. When the fuck we gonna see Shakur on pay per view, man? Besides Tank, man, is there anybody pay per view worthy that he could actually be?
Shakur gonna fight Navarrete on pay per view next year.
You sure that shit ain't gonna be free TV? You really think it's gonna be pay per view?
That's what they seen. I mean, they definitely grooming us for the fight. I don't know if they're gonna take a chance on pay per view, but that's the only guy they could take a chance with left. They didn't do it with Valdez, so if they don't try with Navarrete, who can they try with in house?
And Valdez is actually a bigger name. I think he's more notable, in my opinion. Like he's not a better fighter, but people heard more about him because of the fight of the year and shit like that compared to Navarrete. And also my next question is, you think Devin's gonna be on pay per view for the rest of his career? Man,
no, I think this
young
is
boy doing his thing, man.
I think this is strategic, right? I think that he's really about to shock the world. And this is me. Danny hasn't told me nothing. I haven't talked to Bill, but I think he wants to try, right? Because he doesn't know how he's going to feel. But I think he really wants to try to win this belt and come back down to fight Shakur.
Man, I say fuck all that, man. Make your own lane.
Yeah, but
seriously, man, like, because you got to think about it. He could win this fight and turn around and fight Taylor.
It all depends what's bigger, though.
Fight.
It all depends what's bigger. Look, if he wins this belt, he could go back to Bob, and he could be like, yo, how much you got for the T.O. fight? How much you got for the Shakur fight? It's just that simple.
Man, and then after he go ahead and do his own pay-per-view and do decent numbers and shit, that number gonna be less for Shakur. He gonna be little boy in him, man.
I mean, maybe Shakur's not even an option. Maybe they going back on pay-per-view just to try and get Tank's attention. It's we won't know.
If he go back to Top Rank, man, I can see T.O., man. But other than that, Shakur got to find another way to get in position at 140, man, to see me if I was Devin, because he really pretty much gave my olive branch, man, with the 25 and all the other shit. And it's, man, bruh, like Ness, man, I know you're a publicist, man. I know niggas ain't fucking with you and shit like that, man, but you need to actually refer them to like a publicist or something for somebody to talk to them, because you can't say no De Los Santos and no legacy fight, my nigga. You can't say that. That's straight bullshit.
Who said that's a legacy fight?
Come on, man. You know who said that's
He
a
ain't
legacy
say
fight,
that.
man. He said that's a legacy fight.
No, he's saying fighting for being a 3-division champ is legacy.
But wouldn't De Los Santos be, when we look back at it, oh, that's part of consider his legacy and everything?
Yeah, that's who he
that time frame.
That's who he won the belt from. That's who he won the belt from. But like in the grand scheme of things, everybody knows Shakur gonna finish at 147. So
yeah, that's true, man.
So
but
if
in the grand scheme of things, you and I both know that's some bullshit, though, man.
Nah, because
it might be a legacy. It's the accolade. The accolade is legacy. Yes.
No,
but
listen.
The opto, my nigga, no way.
All right, so Edwin De Los Santos is not more accomplished than Robert Guerrero. But what's the difference between Edwin De Los Santos versus Shakur for the WBC and Danny Garcia versus Robert Guerrero for the WBC? They both vacant titles. They both, name fighters.
Man,
De Los
Ghost
Santos
was damn near a household name still, man. Ghost had buzz, man. Ghost had buzz, man. Let's stop bullshit, man. Ghost had real buzz. De Los Santos, we just heard about him, what, 8 months ago, maybe?
I mean, listen, I like De Los Santos.
I like him too. He's definitely entertaining, man. But the comparison of what you could have had to what you actually having, man, it's two different looks on your legacy, bro. That's just how I see it. Anyways, Ness, man, I appreciate the show, appreciate the content as always, man. Hey, stay blessed and keep doing your thing. I'm out, man.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you. We got Keep It Moving, $2. Actually, we got Matt Ben, $2. Says Daily Dose of Tanquil. Archer Better Beef is the true #1 in boxing. You're tripping. James Benitez says Hitchens close to top 5 considered most skilled. I mean, he needs a world title at least. Like, is he looking, superb? Yeah, but Bam Rodriguez from Canada, Papa Chubby says Bam Rodriguez on that skilled list. Mad Bent, $2. Daily Dose of Tanquil. Charlo beats Canelo and is #1 pound for pound. And I got James Benitez. Will Dev only be on pay-per-view moving forward? I mean, again, I think that's what this is for. Like, you got on pay-per-view. Now the next fight could be you and Tio on pay-per-view, or the next fight could be you and Shakur on pay-per-view. Like, depending how they move, yeah. Depending how they move, yeah. It could certainly be pay-per-view from here moving forward. Because if he beat Shakur or Tio on pay-per-view, you don't. It's hard to look back. Doc, $10. What up, Ness? Just became a member today, so I'm in the club now. I held on to make that $5,000 on Hitchison fight Saturday. Flexing emoji. Cool. If I DM you my last Sunday ticket, you dig it? Send it, champ. Send it. Brandon. Don't forget we having a fight party for this weekend's fight. Come watch it with us. Bruce Shushu Carrington. We got Blair the Flair Cobbs. We got Bill Haney. We got Alicia Bumgarner. We got Coach Flick. We got Coach Bones Adams. I'm probably forgetting a few people. Chad, Canada.
What's up, Ness?
What up?
Yeah, chilling. Yeah, I liked some of what Jay Benitez was saying. I kind of agree with him, like, about Haney making his own path, like just basically saying, just turning his back on 35 Shakur and just making his own path at 40, starting with this Prograis fight. But you're right. I mean, if the right opportunity came to fight Shakur, everyone's going to want that fight. I definitely want to see it. But I get his point. I get what he's saying. The only thing, though, Benitez, about Shakur looking towards 140. I mean, look, when Shakur was at 130, a lot of guys were counting him as 35. Do you remember, Ness, when they were doing that? ESPN was doing that Four Horsemen bullshit.
Yeah.
Like they were saying, remember that? Yeah, during COVID, they had like T.O., Devin, Tank, and I think Ryan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of guys were including Shakur in that group, even though he was at 130. Guys,
I mean,
because
they
guys
would
knew.
also include Tank, even though he was fluctuating between divisions as well. I think it's
Yeah,
because all those
but
guys were in and around 5 pounds from each other, and still
it's
continue
true.
to be.
The difference, though, at that time was Shakur hadn't fought at 35 yet, right? But all I'm trying to say is he's got to make his bones at 35 before we start looking at 40 for him. I mean, he's got to stand his ground at 35 and prove something. I mean, how when nobody wants to fight him? I don't have answers for that. I mean, what do you think, Ness, as far as him digging in from a mandatory point of view? Like what can he accomplish? What I mean, he'll win this vacancy. What's the next step for him if he wants to expand his legacy at 35? What do you see? Because I mean, all I see is
Legacy?
everybody just yeah. I mean, what else can he do to
Legacy?
get more?
You
Yeah,
gotta wait to see if Devin and you can renegotiate for undisputed at 35. If that's not an option, you gotta try and see if Devin is gonna fully vacate so that you and Tank can unify at 35.
nice. Yeah, I like that a lot. Man, I really hope something can come like that. That would make the wait worth it for sure. Um, but as far as his event goes, I really like Navarrete and Conceição. I like that a lot, and I think Conceição will be a great opponent for Navarrete. And I think that fight. I mean, I don't know. Do you think that's 50-50? I mean, honestly, I'm feeling like it's 50-50. I really like Conceição against Shakur.
Yeah.
To the motherfucking team.
I didn't really I didn't really see what Gunsy did in that fight. I'm gonna have to just put it on right now.
Well, I mean, look, Shakur beat him soundly, but I liked the strategy that Conceição had, and he was able to put the glove in Shakur's face a few times. I mean, I personally thought, because Shakur had been so dominant at that point, I thought that he kind of not frustrated him, but, you know, it was a different look for Shakur at that point. And just Conceição, no, he has no power, though, right? No power. Anyway, just quick, I'm looking forward to the Cash Flow Diaz and Max Ornelas on the undercard of that. I'm really excited about that because Ornelas got kind of fucked when he fought Valdez last, and that was like that's probably like a year ago or more, maybe. He hasn't fought in a long time, and Cash Flow is like on the come up. So I really think that's gonna be a good ass fight, man. I'm counting on that one to be real good. But my time's up. I'll let you go, Ness. Thanks for taking my call, man.
You got it. Let's see what we got. A lot of callers. Cliff, Connecticut, what up? We
What
hear
up?
you. Chilling.
Yeah, I jumped on. I jumped on. You was already active. You know. I got home a little bit later today. Normally I get home right before you start the show. So I only heard like the last four conversations. I heard one caller talking about pound for pound. One caller talking about the most skills. Then like the other two callers seemed like they was freestyling or even mentioned a little
So the
Shakur. What are we talking about?
main topic we talking is Shakur's official fight announcement. Obviously, it's been announced when he's fighting, where he's fighting. It's officially announced by Top Rank. Posters are out. Full undercard announced. It's a stacked card with a lot of very tough fights. They're matching their guys very tough in this go around. Like you just heard, Cashflow Diaz, he's gonna be taking on Max Cornelius in a tight fight. Vladimir Hernandez, who just upset Truck, is taking on fucking undefeated Troy Isley in another tight fight. Quentin Randall, undefeated, taking on Brian Norman, undefeated, another tight fight. So, you got Navarrete Concial, another tight fight. Like, it's some, Danny was right. They cleaning house. They cleaning house.
Then they put Navarrete. They put Navarrete up there. He must be the co-main.
He the co-main.
He gotta be.
It's a
But
double
yeah,
header. It's a double header, but they got a super strong ESPN Plus undercard. So it's like double header is on ESPN Live is gonna be Shakur and De Los Santos and Navarrete and Concia. On the app, you're gonna get the other like 10 fucking fights.
Yeah, that shit sound live. I don't even know what to say about that. So I mean, that shit sound live.
The other thing
wait.
is,
I
the
gotta
other
look
thing
at
is
it.
this. Answer this question. Name your top 5 most skilled boxers right now.
All right, bet I'm gonna name them, and then you let me know who who shouldn't be on my list. All right, let's go. So I got Shakur, Devin, Crawford. Devin, Crawford. Damn, this should be easy. I only got 2 more. Shakur, Devin, Crawford. Fuck, yo. I don't want to just throw anybody on that list. Shakur, Devin, Oh, Anua. Yeah, Shakur, Devin, Crawford, Anua, and see, this is the close one because I Tank, Canelo. Yeah, Shakur, Devin, Crawford, Inua, and damn, it's a close tie for Tank and Canelo. So I'm just gonna throw Canelo in there. So what's wrong with it? You can tell me what's wrong with it before you give me my time, or you can cut me off and tell me what's wrong with it.
Those are all good, and you just proved my point. I was trying to prove a point to another caller that whenever we talk about the most skilled fighters in the world, Shakur's name is always in there. So, I don't know how we got to that debate, but since then, I've been making people name their top 5, and Shakur continues to be in there because when we're talking about skill, he is one of the most skilled.
Oh yeah, easily he's the most skilled. That's why he's like so hyped up because he's obviously one of the most skilled. It's just he got to get them fights so that he can, his skill and everything else could begin to match up. But he's definitely one of the most skilled. He's probably in the top 3 most skilled.
For sure. Well, Cliff, that's the call. Kentrell, what up?
I'm back to. So if you want to do top 5, like I told you, I'm not the biggest Shakur fan, but I do think it's fair you can put in there. I think my top 5 would be Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, you got to put Canelo, you got to put Jamil Charlo, maybe Bud. If I had to pick like my top 5 people, but what else was I was gonna tell you before the boxing police pulled me over?
You heard that?
Yeah, I did. I if we going off the most skill, I do not think you can put Tank in there because Tank he don't fight people that he can lose against. In fact, if Tank need a fight, he can fight my grandma. She is 75 years old, and all you gotta do is hit her one time, and he'll win. Mad disrespectful. But what else do I want to say? I like Jamel Charlo this weekend, but I don't like him to win.
Bro, I'm watching this shit. They just put out 4 months ago, they dropped the Gary Russell Lomachenko fight, Golden Boy, on YouTube. I haven't watched this fight since it was live. I'm watching this, man. Gary, I was such a big fan of him. This motherfucker told me he got in the sauna the last week, and that's why he looked like that. I never went back. I'm about to watch this right now to see, do he really look flat, like he was in a sauna, or just was Loma better that night? Because I watched it, but so long ago.
No, wait, I know what I called to tell you. Tank is not the money fight. at 135. I mean, I guess right now he is, but to be honest, I really think the big money fight is Ryan Garcia.
He at
So you got
40.
to think.
He at
Wait
40.
before you argue, huh?
He's at 40.
I know. That's why I said like before he went to 140. And
Yeah,
the
but
reason why I say that is because Tank ain't never do numbers. The only time he
yeah,
did
but
$1
that's why
million
we didn't.
was with Ryan Garcia.
That's why we ain't bring him up because it's like what's left for
Okay.
Shakur at 35. It's hope that Devin comes back for an undisputed fight because Devin still got the 3 belts plus the ring, or hope that Tank wants to fight you for unification if Devin vacates the other rest of the belts.
I would piss in one hand and wait before I sacrifice from Tank because Tank ain't on that type of time. Tank already said, hey, you know what? I ain't never really asked for the big fights. Tank is
And Gary
okay
Russell
with
got gum
fighting
in his
big.
mouth. Okay, they just took it out. I'm like, what the fuck is he chewing? I'm
Tank is
listening.
okay with fighting B and C level fighters. If he can do it his whole career, he probably will.
Yeah,
To be
but
honest,
do
Tank
you
really
not see the
reminds.
skill? You ain't
Huh?
see the skill in the fights where he didn't fight B and C level fighters.
I just don't. I can't pick anyone that's not B and C level. To be honest, Tank is really Gennady Golovkin reincarnated. He ain't really fight nobody yet. You know what I mean?
Wow.
How you got 30 fights and you ain't really fight nobody? Come on now, make it make sense.
What you mean? He got a 2-time champion and a 4th division champion on his resume.
Who talking Pedraza?
Not to mention a bunch of
Who?
regular champions. Like Quellar was a 1-time champion. You know, Rowley was
No,
a
I
regular
don't.
champion.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. I just out of everybody that was at 135 at the same time, Tio, Shakur, Devin. I hope I ain't missing nobody. Tank got the weakest resume out of everybody. Yeah, he make the most money, but that's about it though. He ain't really like. I just don't think Tank is that dude. I think Shakur is that dude. Oh, last thing I'm gonna say with Shakur, I like how he playing like the villain, right? So he running down on Devin Haney like, oh, I did this, I do that to you. I like that because every superhero need a rival. So even though I don't think Shakur can beat Devin Haney, and I'm rooting for Devin Haney, I still think that it's a good like methodology because you really build up the fight, you'll get a bigger payday, and on top of that, you gotta have someone that you gotta have a good dance partner, right?
Yeah.
Like when Bud just fought Errol, he had a great dance partner. Now 8 days a week, I told people they put a gun in my head, I'm going with Bud to win, but he needed that great dance partner. Now that he had it, his name is blew up, right? And then he said the right stuff in
Feel
the
like
interview.
it's your time, but it's not your time.
You want that free call?
I mean, I had it. You good, man? I call in tomorrow.
You the man, champ. Wallace.
Yo.
What's good?
Man, fix my name, Ness, man. It's Rex, man. REX, Rex, out of Delaware, 302. Fix my name, big baby, please.
Damn. Let me see something.
You call me Wallace last 3 calls, man.
I didn't go to the sheet. That's why I tried to do it off my memorization. I guess that was wrong. Let me see. Yeah, you ain't lying. Yep, Rex. My bad.
It's all good, big baby. It's good. How you feeling?
Damn, you said I did
Hey,
this the last 3 calls. My bad.
last 3 calls, you call me Wallace. Last 3 calls. I gave you 3 passes, brother. Okay? I gave you 3
Yo,
passes.
and let me tell you, Wallace is not even in that motherfucking area code. I don't know where I'm getting that from. But go ahead.
Terrible.
Apologies. Yeah. That's my bad.
Hey, yo. You know what, though? I think that we, as boxing fans, we need to be happy about us getting some good undercards here lately, brother. It seemed like the days of good undercards was gone for a while, don't it?
Yeah, I mean, but that's top rank because they got such a stable, like, okay, yeah, this fight also Saturday has a decent, a very decent, very good undercard. Decent ain't even the right word. It's a good undercard. So yeah, man. I'm happy though. I'm
Very good
certainly
undercard.
happy.
Yeah, we all should be. But I did want you to help me out because, okay, of course, I know Navarrete and Casey, that's going to be a very good fight. Norman and Randall, that's a very good fight I'm looking forward to. But the first 2, you told me, I hate that I don't know these fighters because I pride myself on knowing so much about boxing, but that's why y'all keep me on my toes, man. Like the earlier two fights, I don't know those guys. Can you like hit me
Which
up a little
earlier?
bit?
Which earlier two?
It was Cash Cow somebody and
Oh yeah, Cash Flow Diaz. Yeah, man, bro, and he been taking on undefeated fight. They've been putting him in tough. I'm sad they got him so tough because he coming off an injury. So is Norman. Him and Norman coming off of injuries, and they both in with undefeated fighters. It's tough, man. I don't know.
the Cash Cow. So what weight class is he?
Cash Flow. That's the kid that was on the All Access with Floyd. That's who that is. Cash Flow
Okay,
Diaz.
what weight?
He's 126, I believe.
126. What's his record?
Undefeated. Let me give me 1 second. I'll pull that up. He is 9-0.
9-0. Is he like that?
I mean, he certainly fight like that, and I've seen him spar like that. He just ain't got power, but he got more heart than he got power, and he winning. I'm gonna pull up his resume. He fought a lot of undefeated fighters to be 9-0, and he keeps winning.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
he got like
Where's
4 of them on his resume right now. Let me see. So
undefeated
1,
fighters?
2, 3, 4, and this will be his 5th undefeated fighter in 9 fights. Man, he ain't no joke. They've been
Wow.
putting him in.
Good looking out. I'm gonna be checking out for him. Good looking out, brother. Where's this fight at? I mean, where's this
Las
event? Is it in
Vegas.
Jersey?
Las Vegas.
They,
It's on a Thursday though. It's on a Thursday, so just keep in mind and remember the date. It's November 16th.
16th on a Thursday. Okay, got you. I've been to the last 2 Shakur fights. I was hoping this one would be in Jersey, so I can go to this one too, but it's out Vegas. But speaking of Vegas, man, I want to tell you, like, I've been trying to catch one of y'all's watch parties for the longest, man. My homeboys be BSing. I got to catch one of these days. My homeboys be BSing, man. And, like, we're not, like,
Yeah, you should have came.
position
Look, this would have been better to come solo because it's you don't really need nobody. It's a lot. I invited a lot of fighters this time around. We got Bruce Shushu Carrington coming through. We got Troy Isley coming through. We got Coach Flick coming through. We got Coach Bone Adams coming through. We got Coach Bill Haney coming through. We got Alicia Bumgarner coming through. Shit, a baby appreciation night, watch party style.
Yeah, man. I just like to have somebody to bust it with. You know what I mean? Like, when I ain't busting it with nobody. You feel me? But
for sure.
Everybody's got an excuse. You know, when it comes time to buy the tickets, everybody's like, oh, my wife
hey,
did
man,
this.
you got a community here, man. You seen the videos to the last ones, man. Once you get here, you ain't going to need nobody because you got us.
Right. Word. That way I ain't got to deal with no excuses. All right, baby. That's my call, man. Y'all have a good one, man. TBV forever.
You already know. Appreciate the love. Let's see what we got. Discord. Majid, what up?
Yo, what up, Ness? You can hear me?
Perfect.
Everybody need to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join YouTube members and Patreon for something. Yeah, shout out to that stat card. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't got shit to say about it because I'm gonna watch it regardless. But look, Ness, you a chess player, you know what I'm saying? So tell me if I'm tripping. So with this Shakur shit, he should have took the 25%, right? Like most of us agree that shit. But look, this is what I'm getting at. I see opportunity for just bargaining shit. So if he about to fight this De Los Santos dude, that's gonna be for the WBC strap. You know what I'm saying? Like, no offense to Regis, but I feel like Devin Haney about to chip this nigga up. Kind of easy work and shit. So what I'm getting at is if he WBC and Shakur get to vacant WBC, even if you can't get to fight at 135 or whatever, you can still push for that 140. Like, am I tripping with that one, Ness, or that's a little bit too far fetched?
Nah, I mean Shakur absolutely could use the new 35-pound belt to challenge Devin at 140 for the 40-pound WBC in the future. Yeah, whenever he likes.
Okay. Okay, so that's what my call was mostly about or whatever. Was just the fact that while everybody talking about the doors closed, he shoulda, he definitely fucked up that undisputed. But as far as those two fighting, I mean, negotiations could continue. If Devin win and he win, we still got us some little chit chatter going.
Nah, we
You
right
know,
back. We right
and then
back.
other than that, yeah, yeah. And then other than that, with Devin Haney, I feel like what he doing holding those belts, those other three, like he playing chess too. Because all those niggas that got the belts at 140, if he just try to talk with them and they don't want to work, the chess player already know that you're going to use those as bargaining chips to try to enforce a mandatory of some sort. To keep Devin Haney in a conversation and getting belts with the least amount of resistance. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to tell the callers to open up your brain and expand your mind. Do I think Shakur is stupid for a lot of shit he do and a lot of shit he posts? Hell, motherfucker, yeah. But when it comes to this game of boxing, ain't no door really closed, man. Y'all gotta open up your eyes. But shout out to you, Ness. I wanted to pick with you a little bit and say spontaneous show, but I don't want to get yelled at. Thank you for another show tonight, man. I'll check you out later.
Appreciate you, champ. Appreciate you. Brandon, back at you.
Yo, Ness. Hello?
We hear
Hello?
you.
You hear me? All right. Some of these fellas be capping heavy. Some of these fellas be capping. What I mean by that is this. Listen up, y'all. If y'all be capping about Shakur Stevenson, y'all can go take a hike. You know why? Because Shakur Stevenson is probably the best lightweight slash welterweight slash featherweight in the whole world. Okay. Don't say he's not the best. You know, featherweight or welterweight right now. As of right now, I'm saying, as of right now, don't tell me he's not because you know what I'll say in response that he's better than probably Devin Haney. He's probably maybe on the equal level with Tank possibly. Tank is good too. Don't get me wrong, but Shakur Stevenson is like a different level of good. He's like on the Mount Rushmore right now. I think if he's almost at these he's almost to the level where he's like young Floyd ish, but not really though because he still has to win more fights. But that's a different story. But he's won a lot of he's at 24 20 he's 24 at 24 he's won a lot of fights. He's won a hell of fights and he's gonna win more fights. But the dude, he's gonna keep winning and winning and winning, and proving. It's kind of like how young Floyd was doing earlier in his career. It's kind of similar to that trajectory. That's how he's going right now. That's his path right now. So he but he's got to like kind of keep his mouth shut because the guy kind of talks a lot. About other fighters. He might just talk too much and then all of a sudden takes a loss. Floyd never took a loss, but Canelo took a loss. Kind of hurt his legacy a little bit. I think we all agree Floyd's better than Canelo, but it's because that those losses. But Shakur is just crazy, bro. Like I'm sick of people saying like Frank Martin backed out because Shakur didn't get him the contract in time. People are just scared of fighting good fighters. People just want to book fights with easy fighters that they know they can beat. They don't want a challenge. There's the challenge is something that will hurt their legacy because they think that they might lose. They want easy opponents, which I hate fighters like that. You know what I mean? People that just want to take on easy opponents and and then just win them, and then like they become like kind of it's kind of like what Canelo did. Honestly, Canelo kind of did that. I would never say Floyd did that. I would never talk down Floyd, name his name, because he fought those he fought those crazy good fighters, man. He fought those legends and he beat them all. He beat every single Hall of Famer you could
may feel
possibly
like it's
name
your time,
in one career.
but it's not your time.
Yeah, so stop capping.
All right, Brandon. I like that at the end. Stop kepping. He was extra tough with it today. What we got? We are at Ronnie and Phoenix Nest. What would Tank percent be if he fought Haney at 135? Glove emoji, trophy man. What do you mean percent? Cause you know he the A-side family. You know he the A-side family, so I don't know what you mean by percent. Next up, Chad in Toronto. Does TBV have any association with Cashflow Diaz? Um, Association in what way? Like, we could certainly talk to him. I should invite him to the fight party. Hit him up, man. My little man's in fuck that. Shit gonna be extra top rank heavy. Cash flow Diaz. What up? Shit. He probably gonna watch it his father because he Mexican. They probably gonna be like family and shit. But not, I mean, I don't know what you mean by association, Chad. So you gotta explain. Mad Bent, $100, $5, third dose. Shakur contracts like bumhole, 6 shitty. That's why he can't get fights. He hit Robinson crotch plenty, and he was obese. $2 from Doc. I sent those betting slips to your DM. Be good, fam. Love emoji. I added you to my betting little chat, homie. I added you to the betting group chat where we do, you know what we do. James Benitez, $2. Nah, Kerr would have lost to Gary at 126. I don't know, man. I stopped watching this fight after the first round, really. But I'm in the 6th. And young Loma was just fast on his feet. Like, Gary could barely catch him, who is fast. Like, Gary started off good with the jab. But once Loma started adding the feet to the game, it just became a little bit more difficult for Gary. But we in the 6th, and he's hitting Loma with some body shots. I gotta watch that fully without any interruptions. We got another caller here. Let me double check who we got on the line. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And remember, we do this every day. Not only are we the Breakfast Club of Boxing and we rock out to get you through your work day and morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, but we're right back at you 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 7 o'clock Eastern, Monday through Friday. So join us right here. Rock out. Ronnie, Phoenix, what up?
What's up, Ness? I had to call in because you didn't answer my question, dog. I'm asking you if we're all talking shit about Shakur right now, saying he didn't take that 25%, but you're saying it's a deal that's never been offered to nobody, all this and that. But if Tank fought Haney at 135 for undisputed, what would his percentage have been? Would he
Yeah,
got a 25% offer?
I'm sure they would have given him more because of what Tank brings to the table financially.
Financially. But that's what I'm saying. Can we both agree that Shakur and Haney are pretty much equal in stats, in not stats because Haney's undisputed, but in popularity, which that's what Tank would have been bringing, right? Popularity.
Nah, I can't. Haney's on his second pay-per-view. Shakur's not on any. Shakur's fighting Thursday.
Hey, what do you think? Be honest. What's his favorite gonna do?
Be honest.
What do you think
Who's fighting on?
do?
Be honest. Who's fighting on the prime time Boxing Day, and who's not?
From what Danny's saying, this is a big day for boxing right here, though. Am I wrong or am I right?
I mean, for the last 4 years, how have your Thursdays been?
My Thursdays are open, bro. I'm like you, bro. I watch all boxing, bro. So it doesn't matter which day boxing's gonna be on. If I can catch pro box on a Wednesday night, I'm catching it, brother. If I can catch, I started watching. We used to have what was it, Friday night fights. We had Tuesday night fights. You know what I'm saying? ESPN. I'm old school, brother. So I'm gonna watch every fight I can watch. My wife hates me because I'm watching all fights, bro. Like I'm sure you get some shit from your wife too, brother. You know what I'm saying? My wife's looking at me right now while I'm calling into your show, like this motherfucker again. You're on the TV right now, and I'm on the phone with you. You know what I'm saying, brother? And that's just me, brother. I love boxing, homie. So I'm watching all these fights. It doesn't matter which day it is, bro. It could have been a pay per view on a Thursday night. I'm catching it, brother. It's Shakur on TV, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you
So
watching it
you're
on,
asking the wrong
but
person. That's like me
listen,
asking you.
no,
You know what I'm
no,
saying?
no. It's still a good assessment. You watching it on TV. How many coming out on a Thursday?
Not a lot of people coming out on Thursday.
And
And
that's the
I'll give you that. You know
difference.
what I'm saying?
That's the difference. You know, one is uh prime time day, and the other is a new thing that was an old thing that they're trying to bring back, I guess.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying, brother. I'm old school like you, bro. I'm almost your age. You know what I'm saying I'm right behind you, brother. So I watch all this shit, brother. You know what I'm saying? If I can get your Tuesday night fight, I'm gonna watch it, bro. If I can get your Thursday night fight, a Friday night fight, whatever it is, I'm gonna watch it, bro. Um, what was it? The primetime PBC or whatever, like the Fox, the ABC, whatever it was, bro. That shit used to come out Saturday mornings at like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, bro. I used to be up in the morning catching those fights. Rocky Juarez, Bojado. I don't know if you remember Bojado. I remember his first Francisco Bojado or whatever. They were making a big deal of them dudes. Them dudes were primetime TV, homie, but they were in the morning times, bro. I was up catching those fights, dog.
I never heard of Bahado, my friend.
Francisco Panchito Bojado, homie, look him up. He was a big prospect at one time.
Did he win a world
Fighting
title?
on what's that?
Did he win a world title?
No. He
So
never
he
never got
fizzled
to make
out.
it, brother. He was a prospect.
So so he's another Frankie Gomez, bro. Like prospects come and go. They, you got to actually pan out.
Yeah, no, I understand that, brother. I'm like I said, my question just was, what would Tank's percentage be? Because we're saying that's an offer that would have never been given to
Look,
anybody else.
I don't know what Bill and Devin gonna do because they put the sweat equity. They went to Australia. They got all those belts. They took that bad contract. I don't know. Me, 50-50. I'm bringing the belts. You bringing the popularity. Let's go. God damn,
And I
round
agree with
7
you.
is bad for
He's
Gary.
undisputed.
Holy shit. I mean, I ain't never
I
seen
agree.
Gary get hit like this. God damn. Why I didn't remember this? Lord, he is beating the fucking body out of Gary. Wow. I hear you, Ronnie.
All right, Nez, that's my
I
call,
hear you.
brother.
I hear
Hey,
you.
my wife said we're waving back right now. Home is TV, dog. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you guys have a good one. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate it. That was a 15-second delay. I've been waved. That's crazy. We got to everybody. God damn, that was a tough round for Gary. Lord have mercy. The fact he ain't go down with that sort of beating he took to that body. That is all the super chats, all my callers. See you in late one. Copy cool. What it do?
What's good, Ness,
What
man?
up? Is there pro
Hold on,
box
yo.
tonight?
Oh, I don't know, bro. I'm on some other shit right now. But I just tuned in. I heard my man talking about Bojado. Bojado was that Fernando Vargas lookalike dude. That's why he ain't get no play. He came out with the little pollina, with the little highlights in his hair, just like Francisco Vargas back in the day. He looked just like him. I think he fought like Stevie Forbes, Jesse James Leija. That's when he came out. But
I
I don't know
remember
about
Jesse James for sure. I met him and everything. I never heard of Fajardo, whatever Fajardo.
Yeah, he was like a mini. I kid you not. Like look him. He looked just like Fernando Vargas.
I think I know you're talking about. He had pink hair and with the little front, like rooster shit, right?
Nah, that was the Mexican cat. What the fuck is his name? Nah, but Bojado, he looked just like if Vargas could fucking shit out a twin, bro, that motherfucker would be him, bro. Like that I kid you not. He came out with the same style. Like he came out with the little poñina on the front, highlights. He looked just like him. Like it was just crazy. But he was never. He was okay. Like I forgot. I think he got knocked out by Jesse James, or he got knocked out by Stevie Ford or something like that at the end of his career. One of the two. I forget what it was, but that was back in the day. But nah, man. Who's on this? Who else is on the card on the Shakur card?
Stat, bro. Stat.
Is
Super
it?
duper. Yeah. Super duper. You got
I've been trying to look who's on there. I haven't found nothing.
you got Oliver Kahn, Zeus Boss, that's trained by K, taking on Mark Dawson. You got Andre Cortez, undefeated 20-0, 11 KOs, taking on Freddie Fonseca. The return of Abdullah Mason, 10-0, 8 KOs, taking on Jose Cardenas, 7-1 and 5. This tough ass fight. Troy, 10-0, 4 KOs versus Vladimir Hernandez, 14-5 and 6 KOs. But Vladimir's the dude that upset 3 world level fighters. I mean, he just upset Truck, upset former unified Julian Williams, and
Oh, okay.
upset someone else. I gotta double check. I keep saying someone else instead of checking. Let me check, bro. Fuck.
That's not the dude that beat up on Hurd last, right?
Yup. Yep.
Oh,
Yep. He beat her too.
mm. That's gonna be a good one. All of them televised, or it's just gonna be the last three?
Wait. He beat Aaron Coley, Alfredo Angulo, and Julian
Mm.
Williams. Not heard. Not heard. He lost though to guess who? Jesus Ramos and Israel Mazradov and Solomon Kosoko.
I
He
never. Okay.
Yeah, Solomon. He's on the rankings now. He's been fighting a lot in Canada. He just fought I think Tulani Mbenge, but yeah.
I gotta give you your props, bro, because like I've been at this for a very long time, Ness, and you, my brother, you know this shit in and out when it comes down to the politics, to the business, to the fighters. And I salute you for that, bro, because there's shit that I've been at this since I was a kid. I want shit since the Toledo brothers, bro, and there's shit that you be coming up with that I'd be like, yo, what the fuck? And you know the up and coming fighters that I mean, I as I grown older, bro, because me and you about the same age. As I grown older, I've gotten the tendency just to kind of see what's in. You know what I'm saying? Like the prospect, I kind of look into the prospects and get into it and stuff like that. But I've kind of like I don't get into the politics or the business aspect of it. You know, like who's and who, where's and shit. And I appreciate the fucking research and the time that you put into this fucking game because this fight game because this shit keeps us moving, bro. And I salute you 100% on that one, bro. Because like, again, like there's fighters that I don't be hearing about, and then I know about, and then like you'll be like, oh yeah, he doing this. I'm like, oh, how the fuck you got the insight on this motherfucker, bro? Like it should be crazy, bro. So
It's the
again, man, I
gyms,
salute.
man. It's the gyms. You if you go into the gyms, shout out to Gabriel Montoya. He said that many years ago, uh, in the gyms, you gonna pick up the scoops and you gonna see who's doing what and who's not doing what. You know what I mean?
And I've been away from the gym for a very long time. I mean, the only gyms I be out is in Philly and in Patterson, and ain't no real cats coming up like that to actually pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? I'm an old school cat. I came up in the gym with Omar Shika, Freddie Cadena,
Okay.
all
I
them
know
cats like
Omar
that.
Sheikah. God damn,
Yeah,
Gary.
yeah.
Gary
What
did
fight
look
you watch?
flat. He stopped moving, bro. That ninth round, he wasn't even moving. He was flat footed as fuck.
What fight
Like
you watching?
Gary Russell Lomachenko. I never watched this shit again since the first day it happened. And man, Gary getting his ass kicked, bro. He got a fucking swollen eye.
Yeah. And he started taking that was kind of one of the, besides the Regendorf, that was kind of one Loma's come out party.
Mm-hmm. Loma was too fast. Young Loma had, he's obviously very bouncy on those feet, could get out of danger.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Gary
Now he's
does look tired. Like he's not, he's flat. He's not. He's just there. He looking like Earl Spence, like walking forward. He's not on his toe. Oof. Yeah, this is a tough
No, but
fight.
getting tired. He was getting tired. He was,
Hell
like,
yeah.
start tagging. Once you start tagging Gary, he don't know how to react. He just kind of he tried to get his shots back, and
Yeah,
that's what
you
fucks
ain't
him up.
lying. You ain't lying. He did throw. He did sit down and throw some bolos.
Especially if he behind the fight and they let him know he used to come. Nah, what anything on him? Anything on him coming back? Is he supposed to come back, or he's just focusing on his brothers?
I have no clue, bro. No clue. No clue. This
Right,
this came up on
I
the
ain't gonna hold you,
timeline, so
bro.
I watched it. No worries, man. Thanks for calling in. General Camino. What up?
Yo, Ness, what's good, man?
What's good? He
Chilling,
killing
man. To
Gary to that body.
piggyback off that last caller, man. You definitely put your work in, bro. And one thing I'll mention is, you force us to think. You force us to really think about some of these topics and these scenarios, and really take the time to figure out what's really going on. And I've been thinking about something. Something just popped in my head while I was listening to you, and I'm like, yo, this is the third fighter that Al Heyman is putting in the ring in a big fight with more than a year out the ring. He did it with Fulton. He did it with Spence. And now he getting ready to do it with Charlo. It's just real interesting to see that. Because I'm just like, they know the blueprint for being a successful fighter is to be in the ring. You got to get your rounds in. Why he keep throwing these fighters in these big fights with a year layoff? Like, I just don't get it. It's not a good
Cause you
remedy for
gotta take the
success.
fight. You gotta take the fight when it come, Like I'm sure Fulton didn't know till he knew, and then it was like, yo, all steam ahead. Get that fight done, Al. That's the fight I want. God damn, he got cracked. And then the same
See,
thing
but
with Charlo. Charlo's eyes was set on Zoo. He got injured, and then it's like flea flicker. Here goes the fucking Canelo Willy Wonka gold ticket. Of course you taking it. You don't walk like that's why Thurman fought Pacquiao with injury. You don't walk away from a legacy fight. You know who did? Earl Spence
ooh,
didn't take the fucking Cotto deal. Da loco. Now how that shit
yeah,
work out? Imagine Earl would have took the Cotto deal. He'd have been out the Golden Boy contract and he'd have had Cotto's scalp. If Saddam Ali beat Cotto, which he did, that means Earl would have knocked out Cotto.
I feel where you're coming from. And that's a good point, but I still stand on that side of, once you get to that point of you've been out the ring a year, going into a big fight is it's not a good decision. I mean, if you're
Not a good
struggling
look.
financially,
It's not a good look, but you tell me, Fulton, where he was gonna make $3 million. He would have had to fight 3 fights, bro. They don't pay those guys $3 million in that weight division. So it's like, I gotta take it. Same thing for Charlo. When I'm gonna get another Canelo opportunity? I gotta take it. Like these are, and same thing for Earl. I can't make weight no more. I gotta take it. Like, I wish it was a perfect world, but it's not. We all gotta sacrifice.
I get that, but like when we dealing with the in the ring, bro, like I'm telling you, yo, that I'm outside the ring for a year and I'm coming into a big fight. I get the financials of it. I get the opportunity. It's a bad move, bro. It's just
Yo,
not a
but
good move, especially if
that's why people need to respect Crawford and say, see, Crawford's smart. I feel
he
bad.
is.
I feel bad for talking shit about Avanesian. He did the right thing.
That's what a lot of Errol Spence fans they don't want to talk about. That Errol tried to wait him out, tried to get Crawford in the ring with a year out the ring, and Crawford was like, "I'm not having it." You feel me? So Crawford is very smart for doing what he did, and I've always said that was a good choice by him because there's no way you could hop into a big fight and not have that in ring experience. Like, there's a reason back in the day those guys was fighting cab drivers in between their big fights to stay fresh. It matters. You feel me? So people thinking about betting this weekend. I mean, I like Charlo, but I just don't see it happening with him being out the ring that long. Canelo got out a lot of those bad habits when he fought John Ryder. You feel me? He may have not looked the best, but it's good that he didn't look the best against John Ryder because that's an opponent you could not look your best against and probably still get that W. You feel me? Up against Charlo now, he's been in the ring. He's fresh. I just don't see Charlo getting it done this week. I wish he could. I would love a knockout, but I don't think it's in the cards for him, man. I really don't. It's unfortunate.
Does Canelo stop Charlo?
No, I don't think Canelo stops Charlo, but I definitely think that like he gets the UD. You feel me? But you know what? I'll take that back. If he stops Charlo, it'll be a late stoppage, and you know that kind of is what it is. But I don't even think it matters. I think it's the fact that Canelo's been in the ring. He's fresher. He'll obviously get the win. It's hard for me to see Charlo getting that based off what I've seen the past 2 months. Like I watched Fulton go in the ring after a year being out the ring, and he looked shell shocked. Same thing with Arrow. You feel me? So I just can't put too much faith into somebody that ain't been in it in a year. There's something to be said about being in that ring.
I mean, you could lean that way, but you could also say those dudes that you're talking about actually stepped in the ring with the best level of opposition they ever faced. So, you know, you could call it time off, and someone else can say they just met, you know, their match.
See, but that's what it's a combination of both. They met their match, but that time off puts them in a way worse position if they just went up there and did that, you know, being fresh. You feel me? Because I don't feel like Crawford is probably as way out of Arrow's league as what we saw. I believe Crawford is the better fighter, but what we saw back in July, I don't think Crawford is that far out of Arrow's league. You feel me? Arrow definitely didn't show up prepared, and that's a part of the fight. And I'm not going to give him any excuses, but what I will say is, you know, I just don't feel like that separation we saw was due to just Arrow not being good enough. I think he didn't prepare properly. I mean, I'm still curious to know which southpaws Arrow had in his camp. Because if you about to fight your third southpaw of your entire career, and we ain't heard of no southpaws that was in your camp for this fight, that in itself is setting your ass up for a loss. So you know, it's tough with these fighters, man. But you know, the best thing with a lot of these guys is they gotta stay active. I think that's the most important thing for a lot of these dudes. They gotta stay in the ring, and you know, they gotta stay fresh. It's hard to go up against some challenges and not be fresh, but you know, that's my call. Y'all have a good night.
For sure, General Camino. Salute.
You may feel like it's your time,
Someone in
but it's
Phoenix,
not
you
your
haven't
time.
pressed one. I don't know if you know how it goes, but if you're trying to talk, press one on your. There you go. Who's this? First time caller.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's your name?
Hold on 1 second. It's Tom. Thomas.
Tom?
Yeah, it's Tom.
You sound
But yeah,
Spanish. I'm
I
gonna
want
put
to talk about
Domas, man.
yeah, I want to talk about the top 5 list if we still on that.
Go for it.
So for me, I got Bud number 1, Shakur at 2, 3 I got Boots, 4 I got Inouye, and 5 oh, you know what? 5 I'm gonna go with Usyk. Yeah. So
Good
I know
list.
some people are gonna say, go ahead.
No, I said good list.
Yeah. Now I know some people gonna say Boots is not proven, but we're talking about boxing skills. We're not talking about accomplishments. It's what you can do in the ring. So yeah.
All right.
That's pretty much it.
All right, brother. Appreciate you calling in, man. Phoenix, stand up. Looks like we got ourselves another caller in, I think this is Barrow City. This is Barrow City E.
Yeah.
What up?
Man. I was gonna let you get out, Ness. I can tell you ready to get the fuck on through. I was gonna let you out, but then this nigga talking about something. Earl tried to wait Bud out. Earl didn't try to wait fucking Bud out. Earl did some stupid shit that you gotta count as a fault on his end.
Earl wanted to be greedy, and he tried to big dog that man about money. About money, he was going to end up giving up anyway. Now, if Earl would have been king to that realization and gave that goddamn money up in the beginning, that fight would have been on, and he wouldn't have had that much ring rust. But I'm not going to give him no excuse for ring rust, weight drain, and none of that, because you beat August, you beat Danny, so I don't want to hear that shit. You fighting these high level guys and you playing with it. You think you that good enough to jump up off the couch and do it? Well, you did it twice. The third time, what you call it? That's your ass. That third strike was his ass. Terrence was not playing with him. Terrence came in sharp as a bitch. He had him a fight in between, and that just shows like you got to stay active, man. These fighters, I don't know whether it's for budget, I don't know whether it's for pride, but like every fight don't have to be the big money fight. Sometimes you just got to stay busy, man. And, I ain't going to get too much on that because that shit, you know what I mean? That's water under the bridge now. Terrence to collect that scalp, so we ain't really got to keep going back and forth about that. But I know this ain't a Charlo and, Canelo topic, but, bro, after you saw that press conference today, I know you seen it, but I'm telling you, man, it's getting harder and harder for me to keep on Charlo, man. I don't like this energy at all. I don't like his energy at all, man. Like, this calm, cool, collected, extra respectful. You'd have been talking shit too many years to be this calm, cool, and collected. Like, he supposed to be up there. Motherfucker, I've been waiting on this. You had me waiting forever. I've been wanting you something. Give me something. All this, yeah, he better not sleep on my skills, my power. And, I respect him. He a great fighter. I don't want to hear that shit out of his angry ass. I want to see that head cocked to the side and hear him popping that shit he been popping. His lines only. You know what I mean? My brother couldn't take the fight, so I'm going to knock his ass out. Then I'm going to knock Crawford ass out. Yeah, I want to hear that shit. I don't know, man. And the worst part about it, I already locked in a fucking 1,000 on this jackass. I already locked in 1,000, man. This motherfucker here, man. I don't know. I just don't like his energy. I need Charlo to pick it up. How you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I've been said that, bro. His energy wasn't matching, all the lives that he put out
Like it's your time.
for all these years, and I accepted his answer. His answer was, he got kids now. He don't want videos of himself looking crazy out there, and I get that. I certainly get that. But this is a build up to a fight, so I don't know. I think this is different. Ninja, what up?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, man. Man, it's gonna be a good fight this weekend. But just like the Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, I gotta look outside the ring. You know what I'm saying? Canelo's been active. Canelo's been fighting. Charlo's out a whole year, hand injury. So I gotta take that into consideration. I don't really see anything other than a Canelo win. To be honest, I'll be rooting for Charlo, but yeah, I don't really see it happening. I wish, if he never had that hand injury and he was coming off of a Tim Tszyu win, then I would have a little bit of trouble really making that pick. But right now I'm just torn between a late stoppage or a UD. That's just the only thing I'm really torn between. It's tough. Charlo's in there tough. I'm really looking forward to that undercard, man. Undercard is lit. That's really what really intrigued me. Was really gonna make me spend that money on this fight is that undercard. You know what I'm saying? Because with Terrence and Errol, that undercard was garbage. That shit was horrible. That undercard was horrible. And then Giovanni lost to damn Pitbull, and that shit pissed me off too. So I was like, man, we only paid for that main event, but this time, that whole card is stacked, is lit. I can't wait for September 30th. It's gonna be a good one. I'm really want to see that Lubin and Jesus Ramos fight. That's my favorite one. I'm looking forward to. But that's my call. Thank you, Nez, for the
All
hard
right.
work. Appreciate you. I'll holler.
Appreciate you, man. See y'all tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Morning show, evening show. We here. Peace.